live.
Welcome back to our GURPS Hammer campaign. I am Rigel, your GM for tonight's session. This campaign will be utilizing the GURPS 4E rules, but is set in the Empire of Man, found in the Warhammer Fantasy role-playing setting, and in Warhammer Fantasy Battles, in Warhammer Total War, etc., etc. In addition to our live streams on Twitch, this and all future sessions will also be available on YouTube and as audio-only podcasts. Links will be found in the descriptions. Nosh will not be rejoining us tonight, but he will be here next week, which may or may not be the season finale tonight, depending upon PC's actions tonight. FX, I saw that you already gave me a roll for your Secret into the Skull. Thank you. Do you have any character business for Christoph?
Yes, if possible, if allowed, I'd like to raise his will power and his perception secondary stats by 1 each.
All right. If you have the points for it, yeah, I'm fine with that. I believe you also made a detect lies skill check untrained last time.
Oh, yes.
So
and
you
I
can
could,
make an IQ
1
check,
point.
and you make an IQ check to see if you can actually learn it.
I don't think I can learn it then.
Not this time.
Failed by 3. Okay. Well, yeah, that's all I got for Christoph.
Cool. Gigerman, do you have any character business for York? I think you did an untrained skill check, but I don't remember what it was.
I did. It was intelligence analysis, and I'll go ahead and roll now just to get it out of the way.
Success by 2.
Succeeded. May go ahead and do that. In the meantime, there was some discussion after the game last time where Ronki pointed out that my delusion is probably not a good idea for a character trait, to which I now respond, he was out of line, but he's right.
Did I?
Yeah, he did.
What's your delusion?
It's the battlefield superstitions. So I had intended to come up with some at some point, and I started doing some research trying to find. I can't find anything that fits the bill. The only thing I can think of at this point is something like the old Crusader thing, where an army under the banner of the Lord cannot be defeated, or something like that, which would be suitable, but not really applicable. And since it has not come up ever this campaign, and probably won't, I just figure I'm going to buy it off.
Okay. Well, if I had known what the delusions were, I would have made sure they came up.
Yeah, well, it was battlefield stuff, and we're probably never going to be in a pitched battle.
Oh, you fool. Okay, Mel, do you have any character business for Copper Tongue?
Not specific to Copper Tongue, no.
All right. Ronki, I saw you gave me a roll for your Secret into the Skull. Do you have any character business for Soren? I believe he also did a detect lies untrained.
He did. I think I might try and learn that one, or not.
All right. What do you mean? FX didn't change?
Well, since I raised my perception by 1, I was expecting my perception-based skills to go up by 1, and it didn't change.
Yeah, you'd have to check the individual skills to see if they actually have the defaults in there.
If it's a skill that has been there since you imported your character from GCA, then it won't have the defaults set up.
Okay, I'll go through and double check them.
So
Okay.
all you have to do is enter the default, and it'll calculate based off that.
Or should?
Sorry, not the default. Enter the attribute that it's based off. What's it called?
You can also cheese it and pull them out of the abilities. Replace your imported ones with the modules.
I like that idea.
Cool. All right. So last week, the squad ventured into the sewers once more to retrieve Sergeant Klumpenklug's body, only to encounter something wearing his face. It killed a guy that Soren actually knew, but didn't say anything about. And through the corpse's head at Christoph, and the head exploded, which was kind of creepy. And then it escaped via, just exploding into cloud of shadow or something. So you managed to retrieve the box with the real Klug's body. It was a little bit burned, but not as badly burned as it could have been. And once out of the sewers at, oh man, I don't have her name on there on this one. Sergeant, what the hell's her last name?
Überraschung.
Yes, her suggestion, you guys did go to Sergeant Klug's residence in the artisan quarter, which I should probably have the proper map as well, which is within a spot that there's no way he should have been able to afford as a sergeant. And there you discovered he had a captive in his cell, or in his cellar, and looks to have been previously planning a very great heist in the Adel Ring, the high-end part of town. But the captive, Alette, said that he had changed somewhat over several days. And outside, you were threatened by a strange group of weirdos. And then in the morning, you found yourselves reassigned to the grim Fort Blackfire by the watch's new lieutenant, who just sort of sets off everybody's, there's something odd about this dude. The squad entered the northern slums of Bogenhofen, and in that point, you got ambushed. And that is where we are starting with this. So, upon crossing over to the slums, aka the pit, you started making your way north toward Fort Blackfire, during which you as you can see, passed through a kind of rough part of town, and Christoph immediately started getting that hair on the back of his neck tingles, like there's something not going right, when abruptly a large number of thugs, and son of a butt monkey, it went and changed their facing again. I hate that. And they started lunging toward you with bunch of makeshift weapons, like some of them may have proper, I'm just going to use the light club as their weapon, but it's like that kind of junk. They are all dressed in rough, tattered clothing. None of them are wearing armor of any real sort, but they're carrying like clubs, chair legs, maybe that looks like it was once a shovel, but now it's not. Okay, so all of you will have been able to immediately notice, based off of the incident last night, that these guys have the same identical empty look. In fact, all of their eyes are white. Can't even see pupils or irises. So it does seem kind of unlikely that that you're being attacked by blind people, but maybe. So at the stop at the top of the round, these guys have scrambled out of concealment, and that was like the end of the surprise round, which really wasn't a surprise. Jorg is the first person to be able to react.
Okay, so none of them have ranged weapons.
No, they don't look like they have ranged weapons.
Okay.
Unless that guy over there has no, that looks like a broken shovel, not a spear.
Right. Looks like they're all more than a move away from me. I think.
But also, do keep in mind, you probably weren't necessarily carrying. You are going into the pit. So
well,
ignore that.
Well, I'm gonna have the sword out, because that's how you carry them. You don't actually sling them or anything, because you can't. But it's probably shouldered anyway. So I'm gonna call this a ready, and I'm also going to, or Jörg is going to tell everybody else here back to back.
Sorry, I'm trying to get a good feel on the map here. Can you hear me?
Yep. And the kids too. Did something go wrong? What is Christoph doing?
Well, what did they say anything other than they're gonna kill us?
They have not said anything coherent at the moment. They've just scrambled out of, well, I would guess you would call it concealment, and quite a number of them are inarticulately yelling. They may say stuff later, but who knows?
And then are they the same? We had
They're
an
not the
encounter like
same.
this before.
Yeah, they are
No.
not the same people, no. Although they are kind of acting similar.
Well, then, shoot. I think Kristoff's just gonna ready his bow then. I don't know what else to do.
It's probably a good start.
And then, do they have, any of them have ranged weapons that I could see?
Nope. They all look like they're equipped with, crappy ass, rudimentary pretend weapons. That guy's got a club. That guy over there, has, that looks like a chair leg, that sort of thing.
Yeah. So then Kristoff will ready his bow and then just try to, based on the terrain here, get some sort of physical barrier between him and them, if possible. Maybe like take a step back there.
It's probably worth establishing if all these pavilions or whatever these are actually able to be passed through, or are they
they're
going to
like
have to go
cloth.
around?
They're like cloth. They could spin.
Well,
some
yeah,
time
the
cutting
pavilion
through
might
it.
be cloth overhead and not impeding anything, but there might be stuff under it.
I'm going to say that they can potentially pass through it, but it's going to cost double for each hex because there's just whatever junk is present. They have to go over it.
Okay.
They look like tents.
Yep.
So these are places that people are sleeping and shit. So.
Yep.
And shit.
All right. Well, if Kristoff is done, then advance the tracker.
Cern will draw his sword and he'll say, "What do you mean back to back? We should make a break for it and get out of here." How high are these walls?
Probably about waist high, I'd suspect.
And then Cern will point to that way.
All right. Well, advance tracker.
All right. Queen will ready her axe and just change facing to go along with the back-to-back thing.
Okay. Let's see if I can get this to work like I wanted it to. So the kind of stuff that I threw in there, that's the kind of gibberish that they're shouting. 9 locks, 9 keys, 9 eyes that do not see. And yes, if you played Space Marine 2, you totally get where I stole that from. Right. So they all charged forward. None of them are able to immediately get into combat, but they are definitely closing in on you. And top of the round,
Right.
York. And they are definitely battling.
Yeah.
Cern's
Okay.
looking at York and still pointing.
York cannot see him. Turn off lock to grid.
Why? Then everybody's going to be not on the grid.
Whatever. Anyway. York is going to step over here and we will open with a thrust to 15. And I really should have been looking at the thing, but I was not.
15, gotcha.
Let's see here. Crap, I opened the wrong thing.
You shouldn't have done that.
There we go. It's been a while. We haven't gotten in a proper.
Well,
proper
there
fight
was
mode
going to be a proper fight last week, but you guys ran away.
Well, true enough. Let's see. Let's just stick it in there and see what happens. So, stab, which is barely hit. Good thing I didn't do anything with it.
Well, let's see if Doug number 15 can parry that with his table leg.
I did check. I'm assuming if you're using light club for that, then the weight is too much for breakage purposes.
Failed by 7 anyhow, so I don't think he was successful. And looking at the, I did say they're not wearing any armor, but they have ratty enough clothes, so they are treated as if they have DR1.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Okay, impaling, huh? So that's 8 points impaling, which becomes
16.
Wow.
And it is actually going to overpenetrate.
Sticks right out his back. That kind of hurt a bit. And he somehow No, wait, he's a thug. My bad. Pay no attention to that.
He's had enough then. He's not paid enough to keep going.
You stab him. The sword punches through his belly and out his back. And as you yank it back, he just falls on the ground, frothing. All right, Christoph.
Actually, no, I guess it wouldn't overpenetrate. The basic damage wasn't enough.
He was gonna try to fast draw.
Is that the
Yes, he
one
failed.
where it says that he spilled them out or arrows? I can't ever remember.
No.
Not on this one because he wasn't trying to do like a instant shot.
No,
I
if
think-
you fail the fast draw arrow, you drop the arrow. It's not the whole quiver, though. That's if a crit fail.
That is what I'm thinking. All right, so you grabbed an arrow, you yanked it out, but it caught the edge of that crappy tent that you're standing right in front of and fell out of your fingers. Dang it.
So arrows are treated differently. If you fail a fast draw, it doesn't just become a normal draw.
Fast draw ammo is specifically read that way.
I was gonna look that up because I thought that was only when I'm trying to do like heroic archer type stuff. But otherwise, I thought a regular fast draw. If I failed,
Yeah, page
I would just
195 for the arrows and ammo specialities. Failure means you drop the ammo or arrow or bolt, or accidentally discard one round of ammunition. On a critical failure, you drop the entire quiver, powder horn, ammo box, magazine, etc., scattering loose ammunition everywhere.
All right, so CERN is going to take a weight. His trigger will be when someone comes within range, attack range.
You should step closer to him, Copper Tongue. See what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me clarify.
Words mean things.
Well, nah, Copper Tongue's alright. When a bad guy comes within range.
I didn't know they're bad guys.
Because they're red.
Okay, that's valid point.
That just means they're
Alright.
hostile. That doesn't mean they're bad.
I think Copper Tongue is going to do the same thing. She's going to take a wait for a thug to come into range. And if one does, she will take a swipe.
All right, let's see. Thug number 1 is going to be charging forward, shouting some more gibberish, and that is going to definitely probably trigger Soren's weight, as he's going to try to hit you with his pointed stick.
Alright, so Soren will
Scream girlishly?
to attack there is impossible, isn't it?
No. You can attack the side hex, I think. Depends on
Only
whether
if
you're
you're
right or left-handed.
left. So I'm assuming that Soren's going to be right-handed. You can change facing as part of a step.
If you're converting to an attack, you can do your move before the attack, I believe. Or step.
Well, I kind of want to convert attack there
Supposed to specify before you
and then
before it
step back.
happens. You may step
So
and then attack, or attack and then step, your choice.
what about the change facing? The change facing has to happen as part of the move, I guess.
Yes. But if you're only doing a step, you can change to any facing.
Yeah, but I'll be doing a change facing attack, then step.
Probably
I
not
think
strictly
by
true.
the rules
Strictly
as
doable.
written, you can only change facing when you can either change facing or you change facing as part of a move.
Right. Why not step there?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Because I don't want to put my back to. No, I won't be. All right, Soren will step there.
Okie doke. Make your attacks by 5. Let's see. Can I parry that short sword with my short pointy spear? I failed by 2. So apparently I could not. Ooh.
Okay.
That's 6 points. That's going to be 9 points total, I think. Ouch.
You said they're DR1,
Yeah.
so that'd be 7.
6. It's already 7. And I reduced it by 1 because a
Oh,
DR1
okay.
becomes 6.
Sorry, my bad.
And then it's cutting, so that's 1.5.
My bad.
Be 9. Holy cow, I did math in my head and it was relatively easy. Okay, he's not stunned. He definitely didn't like that. He's going to continue his attack. Let's see. This will be interesting. Minus. Goodness. That's going to be really tough. Because he's going to do a move and attack, which is going to cap his skill at 9. Its move and attack is -4 or cap at 9.
Yes.
If he's
Minus
got
4
shock
and cap.
penalty, you would
So
apply
that
the
would have
shock
been-
penalty to his skill before you
so
cap
that's
it.
going to be not cap at 9. That's going to be cap at 8. Minus. Ooh, he's got an effective skill of 4.
No, what it would be, it'd be a -8, and you still would cap at 9. It can't be more than 9.
Oh, it's definitely not anywhere near 9.
Probably not.
Still, he and misses very badly with that -8, which gives him an effective skill of 4, and failed by 9 on his stab.
He very nearly threw his sword at his buddy.
Let's see. This guy has. Who was he going? Oh yeah, he was going for Soren too.
It's the thing to do.
Okay, but he's only at -4, so that's going to give him an 8. I don't think he's going to be able to do this, but he takes a wild swing at 8 and missed by
Oh.
1. He almost hit
So
you.
close.
This guy has to do some moving. Right. Remember what you said. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's stumbling over stuff. This guy steps forward 1, and that's going to trigger Copper Tong's weight.
Okay. Would these guys be a size mod difference for her?
They are. They're
Okay.
they're all humans, and I need to remember that when I'm attacking you.
And does that give me a +1? I still get confused.
Yes.
Okay. Critical success.
Ooh, okay.
Damn.
Gonna be like that tonight. Roll a 4. All right, that is.
And it's vitals.
Well, that's cut. Can you
Yeah.
actually do vitals against cut?
No,
you
you
need to
can't.
roll the
bummer.
the critical hit table though.
Okay, give me a sec.
What is the one result on the chest?
Bah.
This
don't
is
know, you'd have to
the
look.
leg.
Oh, on the leg.
Okay, yeah.
What?
Well, in
is-
that case,
Yeah, let me look. Oh, I forgot. I needed to advance to the next one. The leg. It says no additional effect, and an injury over hit points divided by 2 cripples this leg. Excess injury is lost. Dismemberment requires twice the injury needed to cripple the whole body part. All right.
where
Still,
did the leg come from?
the leg.
That was my target. I targeted the leg.
Oh,
All
Oh,
right. Let's see how much
If
damage.
you targeted the leg, then you do get extra stuff.
yeah.
On a
that
one.
means it's veins, arteries.
Go 9
Ooh,
cutting.
Not that it's going to matter.
It might.
Oh, that leg's off.
So that's 12 points for this poor guy, which is above his hit points. That means you take his leg right off, and he goes down in a shower of blood.
Right into the burn barrel.
So
Woohoo!
he did not even get an opportunity for his attack to go. So he's pretty much mocked. All right. Thug number 3 is got one target in mind, and that's going to be yours. He's going to come over there and hit you with you think that might have been a shovel.
So he's
And
got a
as for-
chance.
As before, it is a move and attack for him. Let's see. And I failed by 5. So he whiffed. It's probably because he
Negative on the
crossed over
ghost
that that little fire pit, and the smoke was all in his face. Yeah, that's what he's going to be telling himself if he can think about that. This guy is going to charge and attack at Copper Tong. So he is going to be at a -5, not -4. And wow, he succeeded by 0. May have actually hit you.
Wow. Really? I'm going to luck that.
Okay. There we
went
go. There we
from-
go.
I went from a critical success straight to a critical failure. That's
Your
something
dice
else.
are back.
Quiet you.
That's your dice laughing at you. They're pranking you.
Okay, so I got a success by 4 on the block.
All right, so you easily batted that away. This guy. All right, as he rushes over there to do a moving attack on Soren. You're pretty popular today, Soren, but he doesn't come anywhere close to hitting you. Number 9. Can he actually get to York? Maybe. That is considered a side hex, maybe? Not that it's going to matter since I'm got that
yeah.
minus. Since I'm struggling with that -4, putting me at an effective skill of 8, which success by 0.
Well, this may be your chance.
Yep.
Let's see. So I am definitely going to want to fall back on that one. Although I don't have overconfidence. I am a bit overconfident, though. Okay, step. Untarget the previous guy. Let's see. Step is that. Parry coming up. Here we go. And I forgot -2.
Cackle, cackle, cackle. Well, it's going for center mass, so let's see if this even gets through your armor. 3
Nope.
points. I don't think that even gets through your armor. You feel it hit. Wait, do you have? I don't remember what kind of armor do you actually have there?
Brigandine.
Okay, so it's like, yeah, you'll feel it hit, but whatever.
Hence
Top of
my
the
overconfidence. Unfortunately, that was not a successful defense, so I don't get the counterattack. All right. Gonna be like that, are you?
Oh man,
I think this would not
screwed up.
not likely work for my combo. I think, however, I am going to do a rapid strike, 1 each, starting with 9 and then 3.
What strike? The TeamSpeak told me that FX timed out.
Oh,
yeah, that'd be about
well,
right.
That's awkward.
Yeah, so you're doing what kind of strike?
I'll drag on a little. I'm doing a rapid strike.
Rapid strike, okay.
Which is, oh, right, I'm looking at the wrong one. That's why. Flurry of blows, which is going to take 2 of them. And that is all I'm going to add to that. So swing on 9 is a fail, because of course. Swing on 3 is not.
Okay, so he will attempt to parry. Let's see what happens. Fail by 2.
He will not. So, looks like we hit the shoulder area, coming down, and damage. That's gonna hurt.
Ow, 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 ow. That's 10. Yeah, 10. Oh, that's what? 15?
User entered.
That's gonna
disconnected from your channel.
Drop him straight away. It looks like he's having some interwebs issues.
Christoph hesitates. He's scared.
No, he's gonna spend the time recovering that arrow because it's like you're chopping these guys into sausage. So wait, does Christoph have overconfident? Let's see. He does not have overconfident. Okay. Because I was gonna. Okay, are we back?
Well, that was interesting.
All right. Well, once you get back on here, I will reshare the map for you because it is your turn. Do you know what happened? Or it just went wobbly for no reason?
For some reason, my internet rebooted.
Oh, love that.
Okay.
No idea if it was like my modem or the ISP or whatever. But it's
I'm
back.
sure it was a good reason.
Me too. Well, I'm coming up online here. What Christoph was going to do, I saw that Copper Tongue killed one of the guys that was close to us.
Yep.
He was going to basically just attack. Okay, I got the map. So yeah, he's just going to. I think I can shift 1 hex. Oops, no button. Or, I'm facing this way. I can face this way.
Yep.
And still shoot Thug 8 through that center, right, without hitting anybody?
Well, that depends on whether you roll an 18 or not. Because I think there is a critical miss thing. This is wake up. You may have hit your pal, but you'll be fine.
Yeah, I forgot that I have ridiculous luck, so I will use that if I need to.
Yeah, that's right.
Um,
You could have said, no, I don't want to drop this arrow. Oh, well.
Yeah. All right, I'm pulling up my character sheet again. Yeah, so he's gonna shoot. It's a range of. It should be a 0 range modifier,
Yep.
and he's gonna shoot.
I
He's
think
gonna
that's
aim.
classified as a side hex, too.
I
Maybe. Don't I have the thing?
think it
Didn't
goes
I put
down.
Well, let me see. Is the face? Oh, he wants to go for vitals. Maybe the
Yeah, it
neck.
goes down.
No.
Yeah, okay, so not a side hex. Yeah, okay. Minus
Well,
3.
he's just gonna go for vitals to the heart. Is
You
that
make
possible?
5.
Like number 8.
Heart is actually something other than just vitals, isn't it?
Well, okay, never mind. So
I
take
think
away
I would
heart, but he
yeah,
just wants to go for the vitals.
Yeah, okay.
If it
I was
ever
just trying
comes
to
up,
add-
I believe the heart is -5.
I was just trying to do some flavor,
Yeah,
But-
that's fine. Well, when you inevitably skewer him and kill him, I'll probably go, yeah, you shot him through the heart. And you're to blame.
So he's gonna do. Is he gonna? Yeah, I want to do like a deceptive. So that's
That
-2, -3.
is predictive shot, which basically
Yeah.
does the same thing as deceptive.
Well, you do have
Yeah.
to ready the arrow first.
I did ready. I did a fast draw and I dropped my arrow last round. So then his ready maneuver was to just draw a regular arrow. I
Oh,
figure like it's the same thing as like with a melee weapon. They don't drop their weapon, but they can still use the ready maneuver to draw it normally.
that's interesting. I guess if it
So I-
doesn't say you lose your round.
No, that was a fast draw. Was a free action. That's how I was interpreting that. All
That
right.
might be true.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, but so you have to knock and shoot.
I failed, so he will be using his luck. Oh, do I need to knock and shoot as a ready? Another ready?
Yeah.
Right. Yes, I think
I
that's
have an arrow drawn in my hand,
Uh-huh.
so I just knock it and shoot, or it's another round, is what you're saying.
because it's normally 3 rounds total, I think.
Draw arrow, knock.
Draw arrow,
shoot.
knock, then shoot. And
so
fast
confusing.
draw, and then fast draw can reduce it to 2. And I think there's another perk somewhere or something that can
All right.
get, but I don't remember what it is.
All right, never mind then. So I guess he's gonna knock the arrow.
I will make
So-
a note
so
to
disregard.
look that up and try to find that for you.
All right.
Because right now this is my going on 3 rounds. The next
No,
round.
this is
This is the second round, so the next one would be third.
it was
Or I guess the first round was when I
14.
ready
No, it
my
was
bow.
1.
I ready my bow. I ready my arrow.
Now there was that fast shoot option.
I'm not using that.
Don't trust yourself.
No, no.
Which one was the guy that CERN hit before? I thought it was
Um,
14, but 14 hasn't taken any
Doug
damage.
1. Number 1, right up there.
All right. All right. Attacking him. That's a hit.
Right, I was scrolled up. Okay, so can I parry? Let's see, can I parry? Wow, that's a success by 0 parry.
Then CERN will step back.
And walk right into a two-handed sword being swung about.
Yeah, that's fine. He can't see you. You're in a rear hex.
All right, Copper Tongue.
Okie doke.
Ooh, 8 is absolutely side hex for her. Or
Y-
she
Yep.
is side hex.
Yep. She is going to do a quick face change and take a swipe at him. Success by 6.
All righty, let's see here. Try to parry, I guess, and fail by 8. Damn, this isn't looking good for my maddened lunatics, is it?
Sadly, minimum damage. 6 cutting.
That's an awful lot for minimum.
Okay, oof, that hurt a bit. Did not like it at all. That is gonna be a major wound. So why didn't I? I should do that first. Somehow he's not stunned. How interesting. Thug 1. All right. Let's see. He is taking a step, and you will note immediately there, Soren, that this is 100% an all-out attack. He is doing telegraphed strong.
Damn.
And I rolled a 4. That's not what I was expecting. Let's see if that is anything. If any damage penetrates DR, it inflicts double normal shock to a maximum of -8. No, it's not going to be to an extremity. All right. So, where is was that an effect we were using to annotate all outs? I guess not.
I think we do have one for all out attack.
I don't actually see it. Maybe I need to create one. Guess I need to create one.
The effect will be sec, and it'll just be duration 1.
Got it.
So does that automatically remove it after the round's up?
Yep.
All right.
When it gets back to his turn.
He
Right.
will inflict. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, 9 points of crushing damage to their Soren.
So that'll be 7.
That hurt a little bit.
Here you
That
go
hurt
again.
more than a little bit. Is Søren still injured?
Think so.
So we haven't had time to heal.
Nope. Let's
Did
see
you
if
get hit
number.
the last time?
He had taken 1 points from somewhere, I think.
Oh.
Let's see if number 14 can reproduce that. He is also doing all out strong.
If he
Which
reproduces
seems-
that, I call shenanigans.
Yeah, that's going to be like, wow, how unlikely is that? All right, with that light club, he takes his telegraph swing and will successfully hit, but you can defend. It's not necessarily a critical strike. And Jorgen's like, what the hell as he's scrambling through your swing area.
Alright, so Søren is at half move dodge, which means he's going to parry this one. So that will be at +2 plus 1. I guess I'm gonna do some feverish because I really don't want to get hit. Not gonna happen.
Wow. Okay.
So
I
that
guess-
goes critical miss.
Not
Cheap
your
weapon
day.
breaks.
Cheap weapon breaks. So
So-
you went to parry, and I guess he just went crack and broke your cheap sword.
And you specifically got the cheap one.
Let's see what we've got there. Ooh, there's another 7 points.
Was that crushing? So
Yep.
that becomes 5, gets modified to 7.
Why is it modified to 7?
Oh, did I fuck up the last one as well? How much was the last damage?
Looks like it was 9 actually. That was pretty solid last time.
Alright, so no, I didn't fuck that one up. But this one should have only been 5. So Søren is on 0. And it occurred to me that 7 would have been a major wound for the other one, the first one.
Oof.
So Søren was stunned. Means he couldn't have retreated. Everything else was the same.
So noted. Minute 8. All right, he's right there. Okay. Hey, they're starting to feel a little bit more confident. Maybe. He rushes up and takes a swing at Jorg and successfully hit by 4.
Where did he go?
He moved, didn't he?
Yeah, move and attack.
Okay, so
Oh, sorry,
success
sorry,
by
sorry,
0.
sorry. Yeah, success by 0. Yeah. Thank you for catching that. I still
Right.
like that one would have hit.
Okay, still hit. I was looking elsewhere at the time. And now I'm all boxed in. Well, that's a combat zone for you, I guess.
Yep. Meanwhile, Soren's
Um,
over there wobbling on his feet.
I guess I'm okay with this. Ugh.
Soren, is your hit points actually -2?
No, it is right. -2.
Good
Right.
God.
That means you have to make a whatchamacallit?
Conscious rolls
Yep.
on my turn.
I think it's time for me to actually use my luck, which I had not yet. That's a success by 1, which is good enough. I will take it.
So noted. 7 is still engaged against Copper Tongue, and as with the other ones, shifting to all-out attack, telegraphed. All-out strong, telegraph. Is really dumb, but they don't seem to be fully in control of their faculties.
Stupid faculties.
He takes his swing and again, that's really weird. One of the die remained cocked on the screen for me. Success by 1, possible hit at Copperton.
Okay, what does telegraphed give me? Is that a plus what?
+2 to defend against. Because it's like
Okay.
he brought that arm way back and you saw it coming.
Okay, so Copper Tong is going to. Can you retreat with a parry?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
only +1 though. Now, if the axe is unbalanced, so I believe the deal is if you parry,
It's a
you
dwarf
can't
axe,
attack
though.
or.
It's a dwarf
Oh,
axe.
is it
Has the
different?
dwarf. Yeah, it has the dwarf. I don't remember what that's called, but they get rid of the unbalanced on theirs.
Oh, okay. That's handy.
Okay, successful parry by 3.
All right. Clang. This guy is going to shift and try to hit her as well. And as before, like a crazy person, or maybe someone under someone's control, is going to telegraph all out strong. And success by 2 to hit.
Blocked success by 5.
Yeah, she said none of that crap. All right. This guy, he was attacking Jorg, but Jorg is out of the way now. So, oh man, the only person he can attack is okay. Poor Soren.
I guess Soren should have taken his own advice.
Yeah, Soren's like, damn it, I knew we should have ran away.
Yep.
Telegraphed all out strong, and he swings and success. Wow, okay, that is a hit. Success by 8. Defend yourself if you can, there, Mr. Soren.
Soren is.
In a bad way.
He can't parry, so he is forced to dodge.
Oof.
He will use some extra effort.
Yep. And because of the cluster there, you can't do any retreating. Isn't he also stunned?
Actually, I should have rolled to see if he came out of stun on my turn.
That hasn't happened yet. This is all through the thugs who are
Right.
really successful hitting.
So, yes.
So I
That
believe that
means
makes it even worse.
he'll get +2, or -4 +2. So is it -2?
And it half
Which
move, half dodge.
means it's not worth using extra effort.
Oof. 8 crushing.
Becomes 6. That puts him at -8.
Time to take a nap.
That is gonna be health roll for stun or knockdown.
Yep.
And that's a fail by
3 because you've got fit.
3. So that's knocked to a knee.
Did you put that thing on here, Daniel? The stunned thing that we have.
The stunned thing.
Yeah, where it's like,
Oh, that.
fail
Yeah.
where that's at. Knockdown. I see it. Knockdown.
Yeah, it's knocked to a knee and drops what he's holding.
Oof, which would have been broken sword.
Okay.
Man,
let's see
he's
here.
having a rough
9,
day over there.
14.
And he's still got 2 more people to attack him.
1, 14, 9. Looks like 1 is the most injured out of those. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I am going to do a defensive attack thrust at number 1
Right over Soren's head because he's kneeling.
because he's kneeling. And let's see. That is, I believe I can telegraph that.
Yep, he has undertaken an all-out attack.
And vitals. So that's how
I'm
that's
not even
going to
sure
work.
you need vitals.
Well, just to be safe, I could roll minimum damage or something. So vitals,
What's your minimum damage?
telegraphed, and I guess that's it. So defensive thrust is gonna hit. He can't defend himself, so take the damage as that much. It is not minimum damage. Off he goes.
He splatters to the ground.
And so since I did that as a defensive attack, I'm going to have a +1 on my defense when it comes around to that.
All right, Christoph. Actually, you could probably just shoot 7 where you're at instead of 8, and, because there's nobody right in front of you.
Yeah, but
Although
8 makes
eight
more
works.
sense.
Yeah, okay.
Because he's already injured and I might be able to take him out, finish him off. So he's going.
Plus he did an all-out attack too. So
So he's going to do a vitals shot to thug number 8,
okay.
and I believe that's just my only modifier.
I think you're right.
So
Yep.
let's see. Where is it at? It's an impaling. It's a broadhead. Where is it at? Here we go. And success by 5. Potential
See
hit.
that
Well,
damage?
oh, I guess it's a hit because he can't defend.
Yep. He can't defend.
Ooh, nice. 11 impaling to the vitals.
No, that's going to be
Off you go.
10 points.
Minus
So
armor.
that's like,
Yep.
oh my God.
30.
30, yeah, 30 points. Yeah, so
He is
that
very, very
definitely
deceased.
shot straight through his heart.
Knockdown roll or dead. Yeah.
Oh, he's just shot through the heart, and you're to blame.
Is there any place that I could retreat? I see I got like a little tent behind me. Can I go under the tent?
Yes. Let's see. Yeah, that's doing more than well, that's just a step. So I think that's probably fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Rolling to command a stun, which will succeed.
All right. So what's he going to do this round? Oh, right. That's what
you can't do anything.
All
I
right,
knew that.
so Copper Tongue is going to swing and attack Thug 14.
Number 14, who has all-out attack.
Oh my lord, why did 2 roll? Oh, it's because I
you
have 2 of them targeted. I'm sorry.
Yeah, 14.
So take the first
you
one.
Hit. Yep. And you struck, and he did all-out attack, so he cannot defend.
And it's targeting the neck.
Ooh.
10 cutting to the neck.
That is doubled. Is that right, Daniel?
Right.
There is no armor on his neck.
Can I take his head off?
I do believe he is going to fall down sans a head.
He will not return in one piece.
Loft off this head. All right. This guy was attacking Jorg, so he is going to again attack Jorg. This is thug number 2. He is doing as before, all out telegraphed, all out strong telegraphed.
Well, he didn't actually do that before.
Well, like the other ones, or he ran forward and did a move and attack, but he is doing all out attack telegraphed. And success by 6, you can take it.
All right. Well, that gives me a defensive attack. Telegraphed. I feel pretty safe with the parry on this one.
You fool.
Ah, crap. Apparently I did that wrong. Hang on.
Now he feels less safe.
Okay. Try that again. Telegraphed. And defensive attack. Plenty of room.
All right, you expertly
collect his
defended that. This guy is going to, as before, take a step, and he will. I'm going to remove the all-out attack and then add it back as he does a all-out attack, all-out strong telegraphed to. Oh yeah, I don't have anybody selected. How about that? I do. At Copper Tongue. On 9. Possible hit, success by 0.
All right. Can I retreat to the side, like over one of, like, Thug 14?
Technically you can, yes.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay. Gonna retreat. And successful parry.
Boo!
And one of that +2 retreat was for his all out.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Well, actually, does he do it? Is he smart enough? No, he's not. Unfortunately for Soren, see, if these guys were in their right mind, I would have had this guy note that Soren is wobbling and is barely upright, and he would have shifted up and he would have attacked Copper Tongue from behind. But he's not in his right mind. So unfortunately for Soren, he is doing an all-out strong telegraphed attack with a table leg. Oh, woo. For a second there, it was really looking like that was going to be a 4. But he successfully hit. You will need to defend yourself.
Kneeling, I don't think you can retreat. So I will spend a fatigue.
I don't know.
Extra effort.
I don't know about the not able to retreat.
I don't think you
that
can.
makes sense. Ho ho ho! A 4,
Indeed.
critical success. So that means I have to roll on the critical miss table.
Nice.
What's the result? I fell down. I'm not sure how that
Okay.
worked. He was sort of lunging, and he just went boom at the ground. So he can do nothing else, not even a free action until his next turn. And all of his it doesn't matter about all of his active defenses. He did all out attack.
He slipped on all the blood there.
Yeah,
Some
that
of
might
it
have
was
been your
Soren.
blood. A lot of it was Soren's actually. So since he is prone, probably face down. That did not quite work out like my thugs were expecting it to. But on the bright side, well, no, there is no bright side here. They're down to 3 out of 9.
Okay. Damn it. And I was looking up something. All right. So Soren is standing,
He's kneeling.
Nearly.
still kneeling. Okay. And at this point, 2 and 9 have both done all out. So
Actually, I think all 3 of them have done all out. Did I fail to add that on one of them?
oh right, I've got 7
Nope,
in my back.
All of them have done all outs.
Okay. I think this is how we're gonna. No, that won't work either.
You should do another rapid strike. Take out 9 and 2.
Well,
Soren.
that's kind of where I'm leaning.
And then you can insist that you looked really awesome doing it, even though Soren will pass out probably.
Yeah.
Oh
No,
wait,
kind of sad, but-
no, 9 is on his face down. He fell. He's prone.
Oh, right. Okay. That
I should
that changes it
go
a bit.
ahead and I should go ahead and do like we used to.
So I
Prone
think
down?
given the current situation, I am going to yeah, I'll do a swing at the 2. Did he actually? Did I parried him? So I'll get a counterattack on him. Not that it'll
That's
probably matter
at
too much.
number
Actually,
2?
he did an all out, didn't he?
Number 2, yeah, all 3 of them did all out.
Yeah. Okay.
As soon as they got within range, that's all they have been doing is crazy all outs.
Yeah, forgot about that. You know what? I guess he just kind of left it hanging out there, so I'm gonna take his head off, I think. Yeah.
Did Copper Tongue inspire you?
It's the time for that. I'm not gonna get too many gimmies like that ever, so better take it while I got it. Telegraph. Do the
As
next.
soon as you do that, if you're successful, the 2 of you will have to take that moment, look at each other, and give each other a nod, like yeah.
Drinking buddies. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. 16 to hit it.
All right.
That's
well,
gonna
that's
hit.
by 2. At
Maybe-
number 2.
Yeah, it did hit. No defense. Here it comes. 10 points cutting. Very
That
similar
is
to
20 points, which means why
Off
is
you
that?
go.
Oh, there we go. I was like, whoa, what's going on? Yeah, hold on. There we go. And that was Zwei.
and since Soren was kneeling, I didn't have to angle it weird. So that went right over his head.
All right. Christoph is gonna try. I was looking up the rules, so he's gonna try the quick shooting.
Okay. Where is that anyway? I'm not even that familiar with it.
Martial arts.
So martial arts, page 119.
All right.
Quick shooting
Did we do a
bows.
note on that?
I don't
There
know.
might be a note. So first I have to attempt a fast draw. Well, I don't have to, but yes, I do. So
Yeah,
let's
but
see.
don't screw it up.
Well, but
Um,
he's got he's got luck that he can use there.
And yeah, he might as well try. No, you know what? He's gonna just pick whatever arrow out of his quiver comes out. It's either gonna be the cutting or the impaling arrow. He doesn't want the
Okay.
modifier. Oh man, come on.
That's fast talk.
Why?
What's your fast draw has to be higher than that.
Fast draw is 13.
Yeah, so you just rolled the wrong one. That's a success.
So he made a fast draw. I guess I should roll randomly to see which one I got.
Yeah, that's what I'd do.
1 to 3 is the impaling, I guess. So he picked up the impaling arrows. And then I have to make
enough.
2 rolls at -6. Like one is to like instantly ready, knock the arrow, and the other one's to instantly ready to bow, or vice versa, whatever. Okay. So -6.
I don't think it says in there, but I'm betting that you could do the flurry of blows on that and extra
It
effort.
doesn't say. It does say I could do a all-out attack for a +1, which I am going to do an all-out attack.
Or you can just bypass it and do an all-out attack.
Yeah, so -5 bow. Oh wait, I think I get my weapon bond as well.
Yep.
So it's actually a -4.
That's not bad. And you've
So
got
2 rolls.
crazy
2 rolls of
unlimited
-4.
luck that totally isn't going to come back and bite him in the butt later. All right, first one success by 2. Can he do it? Success by
Oof.
1.
Barely.
Okay, so the second one is the actual shot.
Yep.
All right, then you will hit because he was all out attacking earlier. I'm going to presume critical or center mass, so you can probably just roll on the chest to see if you luck out and hit the
Yeah.
hit the vitals.
Yeah. He didn't want to risk a targeted attack. So.
Yep.
All right. A 1.
Oh, vitals.
6.
Oh no, never mind. Okay,
That's the damage.
thought-
Yeah.
Okay.
Bummer.
So roll against the roll on the chest.
Oops.
Roll on the
Critical.
chest, or is it the chest? Yeah, the chest. Too bad. All right, so that
Should have swapped
is
those.
impaling. So that
It's still ×2.
times 2, so that's still 10 points. Oh man,
That sucks on my roll. Am I able to use luck on a damage roll?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm going to use my luck on the damage roll.
Yes.
All right, well, make sure to throw a d6 into the skull for me.
Okay, let's do that first. D6 skull. And then I get to roll twice more, right, for damage? And
Yep.
then-
Yeah, I know
There's-
combat aspected luck had some
I might as well take that one.
conditions.
Oh man,
I'll take the 11 damage.
basically. Okay, that's that hosed. That dude's hosed. All right. Apparently, you shot him through the heart.
All right. And then
I think that's it.
I guess I don't see anybody else.
Cern will attempt to stand,
Pass out.
but pass out.
All right, so Queen is going to change facing and turn and attack Thug 9.
Right. Okay. So he is prone. So I think you get a bonus for a melee strike. I don't have the thing open.
Oh, what were you doing?
I'm just going to hit him.
He is prone, which means I thought you got a bonus for attacking someone
No,
who is like on the floor or on the ground in front of you.
if he's kneeling, then you get the penalty to hit the head is reduced by 1. But if he's prone, it's a little different. He can barely defend against it.
He can't defend because he did all-out attack last
Never mind
round.
that.
So you might as well do a frickin' telegraphed yourself, or if not that,
Yeah.
strong and jack him.
Did you
up.
ever add the spear tip to that axe?
No, she added, she got the spike on her shield.
Right.
All right, she's going to try to Marie Antoinette him.
You could shield chop him just to be different.
Success by 4.
He fails to dodge with that whole, I'm completely face down prone and all that
Okay.
jazz.
8
So
cutting to the neck.
That's going to be 14 total, which is going to put him into the negatives. And since these guys are thugs, you are going to lop off another head. And the fight ends with you guys, catching your breath, okay. Whew,
And then catching
what's
Soren.
and then realizing, oh crap, Soren's down. And oh crap, Soren looks jacked up. I don't think I even
I think you
came
zigged
close
when you
to
should
him.
have zagged.
I don't think I got any. I didn't even get to hit anybody else. Everybody else was successful at dodging.
Good team effort there, Soren. You
He's
took the blows
unconscious.
for everyone else.
He is unconscious.
Gonna nudge him with her boot. Kristoff, all I do is take people apart.
Yeah, Kristoff is going to rush over to Soren and pull out his few remaining bandages and apply some first aid.
How
All
far
right.
away are we from the
About
guard post?
halfway. About halfway
I mean,
on the map.
in
Yeah.
overall distance?
Mumble,
Minutes.
minutes. Yeah. Depends on
Like-
whether you get ambushed again en route.
Well, I'm kind of thinking if it's not that far away, then we probably, once we do the initial first aid, we probably need to drag him over there first.
Right. Okay. So I also need to double check on something really quickly because he is very badly injured. So
Now, that
I
was
gotta look
all
up
crushing
bleeding.
damage,
Oh, yeah, that is true.
so he's not quote unquote bleeding.
Yes,
I
that
think you
is
still bleed.
correct.
I mean, you probably are bleeding, but not to the extent of the game
Yeah,
mechanic.
it does. As far as I can see,
doesn't
say
distinguish,
anything
I don't
about-
think.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. The GM decides which wounds bleed. Cutting, impaling, and piercing usually bleed. Crushing generally don't, but there are always exceptions. I suspect the critical hit would definitely classify as bleeding,
Yeah,
but
fair
I
enough.
don't remember how much that. I'm gonna have to scroll up and find out how much that was. Because
9. So he took 7.
okay, so that means depending on how long, if Christoph takes the minute to do the initial patch up, you would make a health roll at -1 to
You, if there's
see
if it's a successful first aid, you don't have to make the bleeding roll.
right, yeah.
And is it worth checking to see if there's any like long-term injuries or any internal injuries?
He didn't take any crippling injuries, so
No major wounds.
Yeah, none
I
of
think
them.
there was 1 major wound. No, 2 major wounds.
Yeah, but it wasn't to.
They weren't crippling though.
Yeah, they weren't crippling. So
Okay.
yeah, give us the first
First
aid
aid?
check. Yep.
All right.
This is
Let's
just going to be
see,
the
first
initial.
aid, big bucks, no whammies. I think 10 minutes have passed. I can use that. Is it?
Oh, you're using that luck.
He's using evil luck. So this is the 1 minute bandaging. So that means yes, you are correct. 10 minutes has elapsed, so you can do that again. I'm all for it. I love seeing that number tick up. I also need a D6 into the skull, and I'm absolutely not going to calculate that.
Okay, so I rolled a couple more times. I have my
Yep.
best success by 6 on first aid.
Yep.
So he'll recover
that
1.
Yep, that means you are no longer bleeding, and that may be the point where Jorg is like, okay, we've been here long enough. We need to carry him, move him on to the actual fort, because you can absolutely hear and see other people moving around in the general area. Doesn't necessarily mean they're planning on attacking, but that was, even though it was only 5 seconds. You know how that goes, and there are lots of dead guys there. All right, so you will be able to heft him up, and you realize as you are starting to head in the direction of that that there's something odd in the air. Not, it's just like it smells a little weird, but at the same time, it's not really a smell. It's just there's a sense that there's something not right here.
Still early, isn't it?
Yeah. By this point, it is probably actually around 11 o'clock, and so not quite noon, because you had to wait for the stupid assembly when Lieutenant Gorman was introduced. And then you were reassigned, and you had to gather your stuff and march all the way to the river, and then you had to get to a ferry, and then the ferry had to take you across. So it's about 11 o'clock at the moment. As you are proceeding there, you will note there are more and more people that seem to be out on the streets, and not necessarily in your way, but lurking and holding on to makeshift weapons or real weapons. Some of them have some actual real weapons. Like that guy over there has a spear. That dude over there may have a short sword, that sort of thing. And I am presuming that everyone has actually seen Black Hawk Down, the movie, but I'm not sure if that's actually the case. This is very much got that whole Mogadishu feeling. You will reach the barracks sometime later, and what you will definitely note is it looks like this place has actually come under recent attack. There are guards or watch members up there in the overlooking looking down. But there is a bunch of bodies that are scattered around outside the fort. There are indications of thrown stuff and burned stuff. I have a tactical map of the fort. It's not quite 100% right. This particular image seems to indicate that this particular fort has wooden walls that really should be stone walls.
Is it actually set out like that, or is it flanked by other buildings?
It is, yeah. It's also, that's another thing that is not quite right. It is set up against the wall itself on either side. I believe. Where's my map again? Yeah. So if you look at the map during Schaffenfest 30, is the fort, the barracks. So this map, the Bogenhofen during Schaffenfest, is also. Oops! I just realized I misspelled that. Schaffenfest. I think it's Schaffenfest. There we go. It actually should be backed up against the
Right.
the back wall.
Okay, gotcha. Right. Okay. Yeah. So we'll go
Yep, you'll get up
introduce
there to the
ourselves. Say, I take it if we tell you we'd been attacked on the street, it would not surprise anyone here.
Actually, I need from give me the reputation checks, please.
Ew. Well, let me find that here. No, wait, wrong one. All the tabs. 1, 2.
Okay,
They do not know me by my reputation.
These guys don't know, or at least the dudes that are not the important one. So they will recognize that you are wearing the guardsman kit and such like that, and the gate will be cracked open, and you'll be urged to get in. They'll be back at any time. You got really lucky.
I don't think Søren feels like he got lucky.
There we go. Okay, so almost immediately after, or not almost immediately, but a couple minutes after you guys have, you can hear the gate shutting. You will be able to hear a lot of noise from people outside. It seems like a whole mess of people are gathering. What were those? What were those health checks
Søren will
for?
be unconscious for 2 hours.
Unless he's restored to consciousness.
He would have to be restored to positive hit points.
I don't know. Christoph could slap him a bunch of times, and that might work. It probably won't, but
I'm sure he'd enjoy it.
I wonder how hard that would be. Oh wow, yeah, that's going to be tough. Well, no, wait, yeah, that's going to be pretty much impossible at the current tech level with bandaging, I think, because it's 1d minus 2, so that's a max of 4. We've already got 1, so that would be 3. That would leave you at minus 4. Dang.
Yeah, so he'll be out for 2 hours.
Right. Well, okay, that's gonna make things kind of interesting for me. You will be able to, once you enter, you will note that there are several bodies that have been placed down over there in the out of the way, that have like a blanket draped over their face, and there is a but from what little you can see of those bodies, they are absolutely guards, and the guy that is sort of like acting like he's in charge, and he totally has the nice corporal stripes, is going to come over there and ask, all right, is this it? Did you get the lieutenant's raven? I mean, are there more coming?
Nope,
If
just us.
if there are more coming, I was not informed of it.
And that definitely doesn't make him happy. He's like, oh man, Lieutenant Brote is going to be, well, come on, let me introduce you. He's like, he tells some of the other people, he's like, keep your eye on those, keep on the wall. We don't know when they're going to come back.
Hey, they sent the PCs.
He doesn't know your PCs. Maybe a little bit later. And he will escort you into the I guess it's probably the captain's office. No, actually, where is the captain's office? Let me look. There's what's second floor look like? No, that's sleeping quarters. It's going to be in here. So I do believe it is probably going to be in there. That when you get in there, you will note a couple of things. One, there is a very large but kind of dumb-looking guy, sort of standing over in the corner, like he's waiting. He's got that super vacant look in his on his face, which kind of implies he's very Hodor-like. The lieutenant herself is currently in one of her, she's like seated in a chair, one of the chairs, but she looks almost as bad off as Soren. In fact, she might be slightly worse off. And it's definitely one of those where if she does anything strenuous and fails the health check, she is totally going to be going unconscious. But as you're approaching, she's like, good, reinforcements. How many of you are there?
I don't want to alarm you, but I think something's going on out there.
Yeah, the bloody pit has gone mad.
Unfortunately, this is it. As far as I know.
You did not. I sent. Bloody hell. This is kind of bad. We don't know what's going on, but the locals have just gone kind of nuts over the last couple of days. Sent all of our ravens, and we did send a couple runners, but unfortunately, none of them made it. And she's looking really, really like, oh my God, super exhausted, too tired for this crap. And she's like, oh, you have injuries as well. Well, we don't quite have a lot of kit left, but
is the Mercy House still active?
That's on the other side of we haven't dared even try to go over there. That's all the way on the other side of the pit. You look at the during Schaffenfest map, that is 31. That's a nice gauntlet to have to run through.
Yes, it does seem a bit farther than it did yesterday.
It's like, well, I certainly hope it is, but let's see what we can do here. And it's like, and she's gonna pause and she's gonna look. It's like, don't I know you to Lang or Yord?
I'm a corporal over at the other end.
No, that's not where I know you from. Where do I know you from?
Oh, well, I used to live here.
What is the thing I'm trying to remember? Orc Slayer Pass. That's where I know you from. Corporal. I don't need another corporal. I have one. What I need is a sergeant. So, effective immediately, you're my sergeant until you die or I find someone better.
That again.
Just don't die like the last sergeant did. It was not pleasant.
I'll do my best, Mom.
Yes. So, that was. Does Christoph have to make another check for the 30-minute thing, or is that?
Yes.
Okay. So Christoph can make another first aid check. You will be able to add a +1 from they do have enough. They have an actual proper first aid kit and such like that. So, and I'm scrolling all the way up. Okay, so then we do the. Let's see, how much does he? Okay, so he's done 1D minus 2.
I think Soren, do you want to roll for yourself?
That's the way to go. That's the way to do it. You go, screw you, throw your own bad stuff. Oh, that's pretty good.
Look at that.
Get 3 more.
Yep. All right, so you're slightly better off than you were. I mean, you're not
Nice roll.
great.
Still out for 2 hours though.
Let's see. What if what if they have like smelling salts?
Yeah, see,
I
you
don't
can
think that
find smelling
works.
salts. They do talk about that, but
I think smelling salts work if you are positive.
I don't think it actually specifies at all.
Whoops. Does it actually have that anywhere in? No, it doesn't look like it's anywhere in the basic.
No, it's not in basic. It's in one of the. I know it's in high
Probably
tech.
biotech too. Um, okay, so that's gonna make things kind of interesting here. Let's see here. How are we gonna do this? So, you will be sort of mostly introduced to the remainder of the people, the poor surviving guards, and in the process of such like that, there is going to be a lot of noise from the guys on the on the walls. You're going to basically find out that it legitimately looks like a whole mess of these people are assembling, or the looters or rioters or crazy people in town or whatever it is, seem to be assembling to conduct some sort of crazy attack. Yeah, but he'd still be in the negatives. So
Yeah, so that's the thing. Is it doesn't list any other conditions to waking up, and it also doesn't tell you what happens if you're below health. I
Well,
assume if you try to
if
do
you're
anything
below,
other than do nothing, you're gonna have to roll.
no. Once you recover from consciousness, you can act normally. Of course, you're going to be at half movie dodge and all that sort of stuff. But if you take further
Right.
injury, then you have to start making health rolls for consciousness again.
okay, well, in that case, then
That's as
Soren
per the basic set.
can make a health check to see if that stuff that Christoph broke under his nose wakes him up. I was totally expecting you to roll an 18 there and go, nope, nope, nope. Right. So
Did we
you're in a
win?
Yes.
Great. So I'm not dead.
Actually, everybody looked really cool except Soren in that fight. That's kind of sad for Soren.
Soren was tanking for us.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm not supposed to tank. That's supposed to be Jorg. He's got all the armor. Copper tongue.
I did get hit a couple of times.
And it didn't get through your armor. Okay. So, one of the things that everyone is going to very quickly realize while you're in here is that the weird sense that you had about there's something weird. It's like sounds. Sounds are really oddly muted and they sound distorted. It's like they don't really carry very far, and all that. It's just so that could almost maybe explain why nobody in the regular town seems to be really aware of something going on. But you will definitely hear the guardsmen start, that are out and about, start shouting. It's like, they're coming again, they're coming again, and the lieutenant is going to, groan as she's like, starting to stand up, and the big dumb guy comes over and starts helping her around, like, just like Hodor. It's like, well, might as well go see what's going on. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just noticing the map doesn't have proper stuff on the wall. That's okay. There's a second floor that there we go. That's better. So as you can see on the second floor, making sure that actually shared. Good. There is walkways above the proper wall and some and I don't know what those are. Arrow areas. Hey, look, there's apparently a big old crossbow, a ballista maybe. Wonder, can anybody even use that?
Yes. Did I take
What
artillery?
is
No.
what is
I don't think I did.
is it artillery that you use for that?
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
No, I did not. I've got the combat engineer, so I can build that stuff, but I don't have artillery.
Okay, so once everybody's like out there and up there on the walls, you'll see it looks like freaking hundreds of crazy people just sort of like milling about. But they're like, holding weapons that are like, pretty much makeshift crap. And they almost seem like they're kind of sort of assembling. Yes, you have noticed there's there may be some naming conventions going on in there, Giger. So very quickly you are able to determine that Corporal Schweinsteiger he's the corporal, but he's not. He is very clearly out of his depth, and he knows it. There are two of them. Was it Klugscheifer, who are very clearly, the smartass. They're very clearly related based off of the way they are bickering. Werther the Tall is actually quite tall. He's about 6'9" or so. So he's really big.
Jeez.
He's also correspondingly kind of not very dexterous. So he's the big, tall, strong dude. At the same time, Beatrice Kurz is very small. She's only a couple inches taller than Copper Tongue. And Copper Tongue, I think, is 4'9".
Yeah.
Then you've got Detlev Dummkopf, who is, very clearly the dumbass, because he's like, he's clearly the box of rocks fellow. But yes, so there is a crap ton of people that seem to be assembling out there, and when they attack, it is going to be a mass combat, which we haven't used in a very long time.
Yeah.
Yes, there are benefits. There are drawbacks, etc., etc. I have. Let's see. So that's the combat worksheet. It is already mostly populated. Based off of my reading, if you look on the Army 1, based off of I think this way, yeah. Based off the reading, PCs are considered their own individual units. Because I was digging into it, I'm like, oh, you add them and you apply hero to the special stuff, because, well, PCs are just that awesome. But needless to say, you are going to be heavily outnumbered. Luckily, the walls, as long as you are utilizing the defense strategies, which are like, defense, all out defense, deliberate defense. Deliberate defense is probably the smart one to use in that case. But as long as you're using defense things, you get the freaking defense bonus of 8 from that. All right, let's see. So based off the number of elements on either side, each round is ostensibly going to last about 30 minutes. Do I have? I do. There's the roof. Now it has the roof. Wonder what that is. Wonder what this stuff is up here for. Weird. Okay, so does everybody actually remember how mass combat works? Probably not.
That would be a no for me.
Right. So since this is this is totally why I was chuckling at what you said early on in the game there, Giger. We were like, I don't think I'm ever gonna get involved in like a pitched battle, and I'm like, that's like twice you've done that. I think I don't remember what the other one was, but there was something that was very similar. No. When you said you made the comment at the beginning of the one, it's like, yes, I'm gonna change. Yeah, I'm gonna change my thing to get justice for Klumpenklug, and I was like, So the battle itself is I am actually shifting slightly how it works, because originally the rules is written, the force commander and individual PCs select risk modifiers. Then you do significant actions, and that doesn't make any damn sense to me. Because you should not do significant actions until after you choose the battle strategy, in my opinion, because that way you know what the piece or what the objective is. So it's like if you say we're doing defense, then
Oh, you mean
you're just you just make the roll after the battle
after
strategy is
after you choose it, not
after
you
you
roll
choose it. Yes, not before you roll it.
But the significant action, you don't specify what your significant action is. That happens after the roll.
it. Which, yeah, never mind
Well,
that.
well. At any rate, I just saw Christoph's question. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a 5-minute break. I actually do need to use the bathroom and get
All
something
right.
to drink.
Cool. Thank
Going
you.
on break.
No worries. Be right
Roger
back.
5.
Okay, we are back.
Yay! Welcome back. All right. So the battle is basically what is going to happen is the lunatics out there, or mind controlled or whatever, are just going to be throwing themselves wildly at the walls. And so it is going to become something of a mass combat. The way that is determined using mass combat is you have risk, and that's the force commanders depend, or the force commander and individual PCs will be able to choose what level of risk they choose, whether it is -3 for I'm going to try to stay as safe as freaking possible, or all the way up to +3, which is nope, I am in the thickest of the fighting wherever it is, and I may be having the competition with someone about how many I can kill. The next step would be the actual battle strategy, in which case that's going to always be for the attackers, these guys. It is always going to be all out attack. That's they're just, it's the same sort of mindset as you guys saw earlier, where they would get in there and just do all out attacks on you. Defense is one of the defense options is going to be the most likely utilized here. And then we would do the significant actions, and that's where PCs, as long as they're not the overall force commander, can make some sort of check. It starts at 5, and then you add or subtract the risk modifier. You have a +1 if you are using a skill that is 15 or greater. And something that I think we had noticed, or I'd noticed most recently, that we never really noticed, is you get a +1 if in command or second in command of an element. So Jorg is definitely going to likely be getting the that bonus. Yeah, it's from the Mass Combat book. Then it is the battle strategy roll. According to the rules, this is actually a strategy roll. However, when I read the description of strategy and tactics, based off of the size of the defenders, tactics almost makes more sense because it's a small unit. But that is mostly pre-calculated, but it's based off of a roll, and it's a contested roll. And then you have the misfortunes of war, where all the rules apply, and then you determine whether where victory level is.
I think you can substitute tactics for strategy in mass combats that are less than a certain number of individuals.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that, because I was going to say that if it comes down to it, where Jorg has to take over, because, well, as we can see, the current force commander on the fort side, the lieutenant, she is one strenuous action or one hit point away from potentially passing out, just like Soren. So Soren may go hide over there at the ballista and see if he can figure out how to use the ballista. That'd be pretty funny, actually.
Yeah, well, don't be looking to Jorg for strategy or tactics here.
You got tactics, don't you?
I have a skill. I have
Well,
1 point in it. It's a 9.
It's showing as 11 on your character sheet.
I thought it was lower than that.
It's because you have Born Soldier too. Yeah. So that. So.
Well, it's still crap.
Yeah. Well. So she is slightly better. She has a 12. And the attacker. Did I actually put the attacker's skill level on there? I did not. The thing, the attacker doesn't exactly have a fantastic skill level either, or strategy level either, because that puts, I think it's 7. Is that right? Let me double check. I had that, put that in my notes, and now I got to make sure that I didn't screw it up. I did not. Okay, so with a crazy cry, not a crazy cry, it's creepy shouts, more of the 9 upon 9 upon 9 upon 9, and the weird 9 this, 9 that, 9 this, something that rhymes with 9 that. Nonsense is coming from all sorts of voices. The horde, I guess you could maybe call it, surges forward and is planning on attacking. So at this point, the first thing we do is we establish the risk. Lieutenant Brate is totally planning on utilizing the -3 because her objective is, more than anything else, is to maintain as many lives on our side or on your side as possible. So that's the overall force commander risk. However, it's entirely up to the PCs what level of risk they want to take. And that's the -3, -2, -1, no risk. I'm going to get some risky with the 1, and then 2, and then 3. So I'm trying to remember now, how did we do this previously? Did we have a note where we were annotating that? Or were we just having the players type in? Yeah,
I
it's been a
think
while
we-
since we did.
I think we set it up as a the battle skill roll, battle skill roll as a other attribute, and then we
Right.
applied modifiers for risk.
Right. Yeah. Apologies. It has been a while. So I believe the basic for everybody's is going to be, it starts at 5. That's when you get to the but going on to the next, so everybody will need to determine what level of risk their PCs are planning on undertaking in the first round. I'm going to start with the right. Soren, what level of risk is he taking? I suspect he's probably going to be as safe as possible.
He will be. I rolled my overconfidence, and he doesn't need to be overconfident, so he's taking minimum risk.
Okay, so you are going with the -3?
Yep.
Okay. Copper Tongue, what level of risk is she taking as these lunatics are throwing themselves at the walls and trying to climb up the wall and, attack and do other crazy stuff?
I am not sure what would be appropriate. So I guess at this point she'll be kind of like defensive and waiting on further instructions.
Okay. Well, it's just a modifier between -3 and +3, so you could just totally take risk 0 if you wanted to. Say,
Yeah, we'll do that.
I'm there, but I don't know.
She's kind of there holding defensive. And so yeah, risk 0.
Okay. Jorg. What about Jorg?
Not taking any risk.
Also risk 0?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And Christoph, how risky is he feeling today?
Can you? I don't know if you mentioned it. I didn't catch it or I didn't understand. What is the risk? What's the reward? Risk reward.
Right. So when everybody makes the battle strategy, not battle strategy, the scroll up, the significant actions, you would apply. You start out with 5 as a basis, and then you apply various modifiers. And in this, so for example, you're starting out, say somebody starts out with 5 and they go, yeah, I am being really, really risky. I'm smack dab in the middle. I'm chopping everybody down. I'm taking risk 3. That means they are more likely that's going to increase their chances of successfully making a significant action automatically to 8. And then
Okay.
if they're in charge of a unit, that would increase it to 9. And if they've got a skill level of 15 or greater that they're using, that increase it to 10. However, on the flip side, when we get to the misfortunes of war thing, that risk can increase the chances of you actually being injured during the fight. So, depending upon the number of casualties that your side takes, that sets the base the base level of the misfortunes. So, for example, say you take 10% casualties, that starts at 6 for the misfortunes. However, if this dude took the risk of 3, that's immediately jumps that up to 9. And then it's like if you make the and if you like roll 9 or under in that particular case, then you would take a generic amount of hit point damage.
I think Christoph doesn't quite have any sort of reason to take risks for these folks. He doesn't have like sense of duty or anything like that. So I think he'll just go average. He'll probably take less, except that he just wants to get this forced labor over with. So he'll go with a 0.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
No worries.
All that to say 0.
Right. Okay, so the next thing on the thing is the actual battle strategy. As noted, or as I stated, the horde, the slum horde, whatever, all they're taking is all-out attack. All-out attack in this case is very, very risky, to no surprise. It does give them a +2 to the battle strategy modifier, and if they win the round, their forces inflict 5% casualties greater on their enemy. But unless he wins by a sufficient margin to take 0% losses, any casualties his forces take are doubled. So it's high risk, high reward. Lieutenant Brate is looking at utilizing the deliberate defense, which is the well-prepared defense. And that will give her a +1 on the battle strategy modifier. She will also be able to add the +8 from, you've got walls, you've got stone walls, and all that jazz. And let's see, what's the other? And if she wins or ties, her defense is going to inflict 5% more, +5% casualties. However, it can't gain, what was PB? A position bonus. But so on the first round, she is going to be opting for deliberate defense. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is the actual significant actions. This is where the PCs are going to be able to try to influence the battle in some way or another. If it's not the case at the moment, but if a PC is a force commander, like overall in command, they cannot make a check here. The base target number is 5. You will apply your risk level or penalty. If you have 15 or a skill with 15 or greater in it, I think actually everybody has combat skills that are 15 or greater. That would be an additional +1, and at least for Jorg, since he is basically second in command, he is also going to get an additional +1 for that. So I believe Soren is 2. Does he have a skill that's 15 or greater that would be effective there?
Short sword, assuming he can find a replacement short sword.
Yeah, you'll be able to find replacement weapons here. So that's going to be rough. That's like a 3. Yeah, he's not likely to really affect this battle, is he?
No, he doesn't intend to do much affecting of the battle.
Actually, let me double check something. Right. So the other thing that I do note is significant actions are not required. They are actually entirely entirely voluntary. Where it's like you go, no, I'm not getting into this stuff. So for example, with Soren's actual injuries, it would make perfect sense for him to go, I'm not trying to make a significant action here.
Does that mean he doesn't roll?
That does mean he would not roll.
Does that
Because, you know,
mean
it's-
he doesn't roll for the misfortunes of war?
That I'm not positive about because
No, he'll
I
still
don't.
get
No,
misfortunes.
he'll still get misfortunes. It's just oh my goodness, how let's see, you would apply the risk. Yeah, it depends on the casualties. You may not have to roll because if it's like the base misfortune starts at 5 for 5%, and if you apply -3 risk, that means you can't make that. That's a 2.
So why not just do a significant action every time? There's no detriment to it.
Yeah, that's what we ran into before.
I think actually
the
there
one
is a
detriment-
detriment is failures and critical failures. Critical failures would apply a -1 to the commander's strategy roll for that round. And if you have an effective skill of 3, then you are probably pretty likely to get a margin crit fail.
Okay, that makes sense.
Go ahead, Daniel. What were you saying?
I was going to say that.
Well, in that case, Søren won't be doing any significant actions.
It does make sense that, based off of his injury level. I mean, geez, he's pretty messed up. Okay, so then shift over to Copper Tongue. If she is going to do that, the base target is 5. She is risk 0. She's got a skill. Yeah, so she'd have a 6, I think, if she wanted to attempt one.
Actually, she doesn't get the +1 because she doesn't have an actual skill at 15 yet.
Really?
Yep.
I thought
Her
your axe
highest.
was-
I think she gets
yeah.
a +1 for some other thing on her attacks.
Yeah, that would be if you're fighting greenskins, which sadly you're not.
Well, no, that's an additional. She gets a +1 for some other reason. Maybe it's from the actual weapon.
Yes, you have weapon bond. Yes. Okay, so you're affected. Yeah. So yeah, that would count. That would be a 15.
Okay. So this is significant actions. So
So as before, it's totally voluntary. You don't have to actually. They call it a heroism roll because you'd have a 6, which is not super great.
okay. So she's going to use her axe and lop off heads of anybody who comes over the wall.
Okay. Then make a roll. The target number is 6. So that's going to be kind of tough, but it's possible.
It'll be fine.
It will be fine.
Success by 5.
It's more of a
Sadly, not, because it's 5, 6. So yeah, that is not a successful action.
it's less of a chance of success issue as it is a chance of critical failure issue.
Right. Okay, so Jorg would have a 7, I believe.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'll go ahead and attempt. And the only skill that I have at 15 is two-handed sword. So I guess that applies.
Yep.
And I do not succeed.
No. I wanted to actually make sure it isn't. Okay, yeah. So that means you were you may have been heroic, but or not, but it did not have a major effect on the thing. All right, so on to Christoph. I believe he would have a 6 in this case if he wishes to make the attempt.
You mean a +6?
No, just rolling it's like heroism. As you notice there, it's Giga Mega. It's a special thing where it starts at 5. You have a +1 because you're using a skill that's 15 or greater, and you took risk 0, so it would just be a 6.
Is it something he would roll? I'm rolling there.
All right. Okay. No worries. No successful significant actions. That's totally fine. We've got the battle strategy. And then we're going to do the battle strategy roll. I am going to actually have you guys, one of you, to actually roll the what's her face, the lieutenant's roll. She has a skill of 12 in this
Just make
case.
Soren do it.
Okay, Soren can do it.
Lead by 3.
Okay, so I rolled a 10 on mine. Unfortunately, my strategy skill is based entirely off of IQ -6, I think it is. So that puts it at like 7. So I failed by 3. Based off of the roll results, the watch has successfully won for the first round. They take 10% casualties, and that's going to be brutal for the slum horde. 45% casualties. So they were like throwing themselves at the wall and climbing up there, and you guys are just like stabbing them and sticking them and maybe shooting them. I'm not sure. Wait, what did I say the thing was? 10%. Okay. So this actually applies a ongoing penalty for the stuff, which is already calculated in. So for the next round, for example, the watch will have a -2 penalty on their strategy check. However, because the crazed lunatics took 45% casualties, they have a -9. But inexplicably, they're still throwing themselves forward. Okay, at this point, we shift to the next step is the misfortunes of war roll. The base was that 10%? Yeah, 10%. Okay, so for the PCs, the base chance is going to be a 6, and then you would apply risk. So Christoph, Jorg, and Coppertong need to roll, and they need to roll a 6 or 7, 8, 9, 10, anything better than a 6. Soren needs to roll anything better than a 3. Failure means, or a quote success, in which case, for example, if Jorg rolled exactly 6, he would take 2d -1 hit points of injury. Whatever you do, don't roll a 3 or a 4, because that is suffer 6d hit points of injury.
That wasn't a roll. That was just a test.
Okay, you said it was said we were at 10%.
Yes. So the base is 6.
Is this our actual number of people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13. So we lost a guy.
It calculates. It doesn't. It'll calculate that once the thing's over. Remember, if you win, you can like immediately have whatever the casualties were.
And the casualties don't necessarily represent people killed. It represents people injuries
taking and some injuries and that shenanigans. All right. So Christoph, I need a 3d6 roll from you. You just want to roll a 7 or higher. Whoo! You tried, buddy. You tried to get injured. Okay. So that is the first round. And I think I may actually have Jorg need to sort of step in, because she is pushed herself too hard and put herself down. You said you have a strategy, or basically a tactic skill of 11.
Yeah.
So, well, that's not that bad. It only reduces the defenders by 1. So the risk level, Force Commander Jorg, what is the risk level that you are applying to your team?
What did she take?
She took -3 because she was trying to be as safe and cautious as possible for her people.
I think we will take the same.
All right. What about Christoph? What level of risk is Christoph planning on taking personally?
He will be. I mean, he's thinking he's kind of staying back with the bow anyway, so I think he'll be 0.
Okay, that works. Copper Tongue, what is level of risk is she taking?
She's going to stick with the risk level of 0.
All right, and Soren, do you want to get in there and mix it up and show everybody that you're super badass?
No, not at all. Oh wait, should be making a overconfidence roll. Apparently he wants to get in there now.
Oh no!
That's easy.
Right.
All right, so he will go risk 0.
Okay, sounds good. What is the get the thing, Phil? Right. So, battle strategy. As before, my dudes, even though they have suffered 45% casualties, they are still going for all-out attack. What is acting Force Commander Jorg or Sergeant Jorg doing? She took deliberate defense last round because that gives a +1 to her skill.
Yeah. Was deliberate defense, was that available after the first round? I feel like one
I
of them
don't think it
wasn't.
is.
Let me see. It's never an option in encounter battle or for a side that starts the battle confused. In a pitched battle, it's allowed only on the first round and only to a force that has defense bonus. You're right. Either side may use it freely during a siege. I think this would classify as a siege.
Yeah, this is a siege. Well,
so
it's an assault, but it's...
No, it's an assault on the siege.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll stick with deliberate.
Okay. Tabs.
I wonder if we have fire superiority.
Well, probably not. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to look that. Okay, so significant actions. Jorg cannot attempt a significant action this round because he is acting as the force commander. The base TN is 5. You will apply the risk modifier. It looks like everybody that is actually, or the 3 that are actually potentially involved, are at 0. But everybody is going to be at +1 for a skill level, so you would have a 6. So that would be Christoph and or Coppertongue and or Soren.
Holy crap.
Holy cow. All right. So we're doing a deliberate defense here. What does Soren's successful significant action look like? What did he do that was so pretty awesome?
He managed to work out that ballista.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So what is that skill? Is that artillery?
Yeah, that's artillery.
What is that? Because now I'm kind of, I like the idea, but
he doesn't need to make a roll for it.
No, but I was gonna have you. I mean, even if you don't actually do anything with it, you could theoretically learn it.
Apparently, given the position, these guys were assaulting the walls and just end up climbing up. He angles the ballista down the length of the wall.
Got a whole bunch of them.
Like that. Just lines it up. He doesn't know what he's doing. And then just presses the button marked death. And
there's no button mark.
And just wipes out a whole bunch.
Why not?
All right. What about Coppertongue? Does she make an attempt at 6?
Nope. She'll skip this round.
All right. And Christoph?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's appropriate for him.
Okay. Cool. All right. Now is the battle strategy roll. This is going to be Jorg. Hold on with the... Actually, it's already pre-calculated, so you just need to roll off of your 11. Oof. Got a 10 again.
So I don't need to do the thing. Okay.
You don't need to do the calculations because it's like -3 +1 +8 -2.
You
so
put that 10 in the wrong
+5.
Right.
In the wrong column.
What? No, I didn't. That was my roll.
Oh, okay.
And you rolled a 6. This is going to be brutal. Wins by 15. Holy cow! You took 0% casualties and inflicted 75. I do believe that is gonna, whatever it is you just, I think that wipes them out. Yeah, that's 120% casualties. So that's 100%. So the battle's over.
th-
Now
I think because it's a siege, half of their casualties recover this turn,
well, it's
or
sort of.
something like
I
that.
have to look at. Well, even
That wouldn't
still,
make a difference,
it
actually.
would not make a difference. Yeah, it'd still be at 100% casualties. Wow. You apparently you found your niche there, York.
Just put Sir into work. So, yeah, make yourself useful. Do something with that ballista.
Okay, so interesting note here. There is no misfortunes chance if there are 0% casualties, which makes sense.
Because yeah,
Because it starts 5% casualties is a misfortunes of 5, or if either side reaches 100% casualties, what about 120%? The battle is over automatically. Remember that casualties can represent troops who ran away as well as those who died. It is possible for both sides to take 100% casualties. I always kind of wanted to see one of those fights. Also, interesting note regarding this, they explicitly state that the casualties in that case excludes the PCs. So if the fort took 100% casualties, it would presume that the PCs managed to flee somehow. Okay, so the loser volunteer. Nope. You guys are sitting there. You're doing the stabbing. You have the apparently the ballista did a astoundingly effective job. Maybe it had something that exploded. I don't know.
Thorin's up, leaning on the ballista with a cocky as fuck look on his face.
It had been even more amusing if he had passed out on the ballista, so he didn't see what he did. Let's see. The winning side casualties are automatically halved after the battle, rounding down to the nearest 5%, which is wow, 5% casualties. Okay, I was actually expecting it to last a bit longer. That's about right. The losing side does not recover casualties. Assume that half are dead or dying, the rest flee, surrender in a siege, abandoning their equipment, no longer count as troops. What were you saying?
oh, carry on.
Let's see. Apply the final overrunning the after the battle. Okay, so technically that should have lasted about an hour because it was 2 rounds. But as you are, as the
I
last
think
of
it's
the
4
thing.
times that in a siege.
Is that the case? Let me special. Playing out siege, troop strength, battle strategy, resolution. Yep, 4 times the usual period. So,
4 hours.
wow, maybe that'll actually work out to my advantage. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, not quite. Yes, so the last of the they just sort of scatter, the any of the survivors. They just like start running away, and you realize as you are in the process of celebrating the fact that I don't think you actually lost anybody, based off of
We had 1 casualty.
you took 5% casualties, based off of the stuff, because
Right,
you have
and
it.
That'll be 1 guy.
But he might not be dead.
He's probably just injured.
It is absolutely going to be the dumbass that lived
That seems
Doomcock.
reasonable.
He did something really, really stupid, and may have gotten pulled over the side, and they were about to just like beat him to death, and then Soren unleashed this insane, awesome shot with the ballista that like saved him, so you could pull him back up. So, to your actual surprise, though, it's like the battle didn't seem to take that much time, but you realize that it is actually dark, and freaking Morslib is up there. It looks even bigger than normal. It even looks a little like it's even closer than normal. Damn it! Did I forget? I did forget to have that prepared with that lovely smiley shot.
No, I was going to say after the battle's over, as we're kind of standing around figuring out what's next, York is like, I used to believe all these crazy things about battle, and I don't think I believe that anymore.
It's not that bad. The guards are really, really surprised at the fact that none of them really took any real damage there. Well, one guy took a little bit of damage, but they're needless to say they're very enthusiastic about the fact that these dudes have been forced to flee. And then you realize it's like gotten really, really quiet.
I was going to say York is a bit hesitant to celebrate, given the fact that all these people that are dead or severely injured are neighbors.
Yeah,
Wha-
yeah.
Why do I hear boss music?
And we're like, what time is it? Did the bells chime?
Well, remember, it has been kind of weird with the noise. You have like those really all the sounds didn't carry as far as they should have. Everything sort of sounds muted, and like like you're in a hole or something. But it gets super quiet. You have a whole bunch of dead people scattered outside the dead, dying, injured, whatever, outside the gates. You saw a whole bunch more fleeing. Now you're like looking around and going, "What now?" That's totally what the one of the smartasses is going to say. Well, what do we do now? We won, right?
I don't know. Guess we better wake up the LT. I don't know what our actual job here is yet. I haven't been assigned to anything.
Well, she made you. She told you you're going to be the sergeant for at least a little bit. I got to work towards Copper Tongue's threat to. She wants to see you're
Uh-huh.
in charge of the watch.
Yeah. Well, we'll try to raise the LT if she can't.
Yeah, she can be restored to
Contribute,
consciousness.
then.
It was one of those. It's just like she overstrained herself. She's slightly worse off already than Soren is.
Do they typically patrol out here, or do they not bother?
They try to avoid it, but if they do have to patrol, they move in force. Although normally it's not to this level of insanity. It's usually just like, hey, if you operated in a team of 4, then some thugs may go, you know what? I think I think we can take them. We'll just rough them up and take all their good stuff and let them have to report back to the barracks about how they got beaten up.
Well, if the LT is going to wake up, then I'll discuss it with her. But I'm kind of thinking we're going to have to get eyes out and at least check to see if they're gathering somewhere else for another run.
We could totally send Soren out. He's
or other shenanigans.
Yeah, and that's entirely possible. She will sort of agree, but at the same time, she's almost hesitant to leave now that full night has fallen. But she will also acknowledge that you probably do need to get some sort of medical help as well. I mean, she's bad off, and Soren's clearly bad off, and Dumbcough over there, and like a dummy, he's not in great shape. He's clearly not that bad off, but
Well, I suppose we get a chance to run to the Mercy House. That would serve both purposes. We're gonna want to go hard.
okay. What about Soren in that case? He would not be able to really push it that hard like you would, because he is still at half move, half dodge.
That
He's still
is
carrying.
unfortunate.
Still take him. I mean, he is a PC, and we know how that works. Besides, the rest of the watch are now super enthusiastic. They didn't realize that you 4 were PCs, but that inflicting 75% casualties in a round and taking 0%, that bam, they're like, oh, these are PCs. That's awesome.
Even at half moving dodge, I think Soren's as fast as everyone else.
That's hysterical. Is he really?
His half move is full.
I think
Almost.
that puts him pretty. Nope.
Equal to Copper Tongue.
Yeah, equal to Copper Tongue because of the gear. That's awesome. Right. So are you thinking that it's just going to be the PCs that go there while you have the rest of the watch hold here in case there's another attack?
That would probably be a reasonable thing to do. I think
Okay.
the four of us can get in and out.
Well, the lieutenant's definitely going to want you to be careful because the last sergeant she had, he went over the wall, the back wall, because he was planning on swinging around and trying to get out there, but there was something outside the town that got him, and she gets that really uncomfortable expression, like, yeah, he took a really long time in dying. We couldn't see where he was at.
What the hell is going on here?
Yes, that's what I've been sending notes and trying to get people to come back here. It has ramped up rather significantly in the last 2 days. Normally it was just creepy and dealing with jackholes in the slums, but now it's like they've all gone mad. I hope that doesn't mean something bad is happening.
Oh no, there's a wizard afoot here somewhere.
Bloody wizards. Okay, so
Speaking of, we should probably ask the guards here if they've seen Infus.
Why would he end up over here?
I don't know, but he could have. He's an idiot.
It's true.
Okay, so if anyone is wanting to replenish various stuff here, that is possible. For example, Soren could get a replacement short sword.
I was thinking he needs to up armor.
That'll slow him down even more. It'd be funny, though.
I think getting hit with a few more clubs will probably slow him down worse.
I don't know. What kind of armor does he actually have? Oh,
Yeah,
he's
it's
wearing the
leather.
leather stuff.
He doesn't want to get in a fight. He'd rather run away.
Right. What is 30?
Or if we do get in a fight, he wants to be behind the people that actually fight.
Why didn't you do that last time, though?
Well, he was just a bit too slow getting there.
Well, because he told Jorg we should make a break for it, and then Jorg charged off into fighting.
Well, it had been a really long time for Jorg, and he was starting to feel a little antsy that he hadn't been in a fight.
That's not untrue.
Yeah, 32 is actually a Sigmar chapel. Huh. I didn't know that. Let me see if they even give me any information on this place.
How nearby is that? Oh, that's not that bad.
There's many smaller temples of Sigmar in Bogenhofen. The Chapel of Blessed Sigmar tends to a small but devout flock in the pit, the part of Bogenhofen most in need of salvation. Small stone building in amongst ramshackle, sagging wood-built homes and businesses. It is the glue holding this small part of Bogenhofen together. Wow, is this all it gives me? That doesn't give me a lot of information. Okay, well. Still, clearly you know that there's supposed to be a chapel there, so it's entirely possible you could just swing by, check on it, then swing back and continue on to the Mercy House.
So why would we go to the Mercy House?
Get medical assistance.
Well, no one needs medical except for Sir and the lieutenant.
And Doomkoff.
Yeah, Lieutenant is kind of a problem. Doomkoff, not so much. He won't be missed as much.
We will miss Angus tonight. We'll miss his sword. Yeah, it's entirely up to you guys.
I mean, otherwise we're just going to sit here on our ass. But we do kind of need to know if they're building up for another run, so we got to get eyes out there.
All right. So is that the decision then?
Well, it's up to Jorg. He's the boss man.
That's right. That's Sergeant Jorg now. He's going up in the world, and Copper Tongue is rubbing her hands together. She can see it all coming together.
Sir, and if you weren't a PC, I'd tell you to stay back.
It's alright. It's just a flesh wound.
A really, really deep flesh wound.
Yeah. We get into trouble, you stay on my back and you stay in that area and I won't hit you.
That would have been funny.
And by the way, watch my back while you're there.
You know, running is a perfectly feasible tactic as well. Just saying.
Sometimes.
Right.
All right.
Okay. You have
Guess
the
we're gonna
ball.
Move out.
All right. So as noted, Morslib, the Chaos Moon, has once more risen full. Tonight it is even larger than it was last night, which was It's kind of weird. It almost looks like it's closer. I believe I did mention some of that stuff. And it almost actually looks like it sort of seems like it's hovering right over the damn town, which is all sorts of creepy.
Mm-hmm.
The greenish glow definitely does not help. The as you're moving through the pit and the slums, you've also slowly, since you're actually closer to the river here, you also have the nice little mist, starting to roll in. As you are moving through the streets, you are definitely finding them very, very quiet. This place is not entirely abandoned, because every now and then you can see people peeking out of a window, or, well, not really a window, but a hole that doubles as a window, or appearing through a partially open door and then shutting it. But at the same time, the fact you got the moon right there is totally not helping it either.
Well, they'd probably be doing that on a normal day.
Yes-ish. You come within sight of the Chapel of Blessed Sigmar, as noted. It is I gotta find it again. A small stone building in amongst ramshackle, sagging, wood-built homes and businesses. It looks actually abandoned. Well, not abandoned, but empty, which seems kind of odd.
We'll knock. We'll call out. Nobody answers. We'll move on.
All right. You knock on
Is
the
this
door.
Is this the sort of operation that's normally always manned 24/7?
I am not sure. Based off of its size, you will be able to see that there probably is it's probably doubling as a chapel and where the priest actually lives. But it's not that late in the evening, so you would sort of expect to see candles or something like that, but it's completely dark.
Can I do like an observation or search, or is there any applicable skill just to see, kind of canvas the area, look at the building, information gathering type?
Yeah, I suppose. So let me check and see what would be appropriate. I mean, yeah, you can make an observation check if you wish. I have to remind myself how that works.
So roll the success by 7.
Wow, that's a really good roll.
I suppose any lighting might affect that, possibly.
Everything has a greenish tint right now.
Yeah, everything does have actually, lighting is not really that big of a problem. It may be -1, -2. I don't remember what full moon normally is, but it's like twice as potent because of how damn close.
3.
Is it 3? Let me look. Full moon is 4 according to my thing. So, but it's like twice as bright as a regular full moon. That damn moon, so creepy. Actually, just thinking that through, a full moon presumes a moon. There are currently 2 moons in the sky, because you've got Manslib, the normal one, and then you have Morslib, which is now right there. Right. So you are poking around at the checking out and everything. Looking at his, so something that immediately does leap out to Christoph is it looks like at least one of the doors does look like it has been forced.
Okay, so he'll be looking around and be like, "Hey, York, Soren, Copper, looks like this door has been forced open. Shall we go in?" He's curious.
Absolutely.
Coppertone just rolls her eyes. We really need to get to the Mercy House. There's nothing here.
All right. Be quick. I want to know what's going on in here.
Ugh.
We need to know if there's been some foul play beyond the usual.
Oh man, hold on. I just had an idea, and damn it, hold on just a second. Quick, someone vamp. It can't be me.
Yeah. Just the thought of a second moon that shows up every now and again, randomly weird places. That's not only going to affect the tides, that's going to affect plate tectonics and everything. I mean, that's an actual gravitational pull there.
You know, the moon is just an illusion. It's not a real moon.
That's probably also potentially true.
It's a projection. It's a projection on the firmament.
Actually, if it is a hollow moon, though, then it might have a lower overall density and gravitational pull, therefore. So that could be an improvement. But then you do still have the additional lighting issue.
That's not going to work. Okay, so looks like Soren and Kristoff are moving in to investigate. You will get to the door. It absolutely looks like it has been, forced in, smashed, whatever. When you enter, it is really, really dark inside because, well, it actually doesn't have any light. But you will be able to smell blood.
Crap.
Is there a lantern or anything like that around?
Yeah, you can fumble around and find a couple lanterns, something like that.
Hey, boss. Something wrong in here. I could smell blood.
Oh, right. Let's look.
Takes a couple seconds. Ignite the lantern. You will find inside the chapel proper. It does look like there was something of a fight. There are several bodies that are actually on the ground. They mostly look like the same sort of people that you guys were fighting earlier. Just locals. One of them looks like, well, somebody just mostly stove in his face with something large and heavy, like a hammer or a mace or something. What? Oh, did he? That's interesting. I have to find where I have the stupid Twitch in there. Oh, nice. All right, thanks. Let me see if I can get this in really quick. I mean, don't actually need it, but it gives you a good idea of what it's going to look like. So,
Who is stove in?
It does not look like it was the priest. This looks like it's some people who came in here and there was a fight, and it's possible that the father did this. It's possible somebody else did this. But hold on.
Yeah, if this is a church of Sigmar, they are not pacifists, I seem to recall.
That is definitely the case. All right, now I have to drag and drop and do all that jazz, and that's the wrong place. Of course. There we go. Beep. All right, now go back here. Click on assets. Click on refresh. This is funny because I'm totally not going to actually use this, but I may use it later. And why am I not seeing it? Huh.
Did you convert it to an image?
No, I did it a different way. It usually works the way I do. Make sure that I actually put it in the right place. Okay, that should be the right place. And not showing up. Why are you not showing up? Oh, I know why. Because I'm in the wrong place. I had clicked on the... there we go. It's going to probably show up now. When I clicked on that thing for the chalk outline, it took me to the wrong, took me to the other place. Okay, maybe not. Dang it! Now he's gone and made me super confused. And oh my god, why is it? At any rate, there are 3 bodies in here. None of them look to be part of the or clergy or anything like that. It just looks like he
Same
was
guys.
Yeah, same sort of local psychos, and I totally put it in the wrong effing folder. That's why.
So at some of the previous guys that we ran from or fought, they had like a necklace or something
Yeah.
on them.
Oh, right.
Queen's gonna check these guys and see if they also have one of those necklaces and take one if they have
They
one.
Right.
do not.
That was the Stevedores Guild.
Yeah, they do not.
Okay.
These just look, as far as you can tell, they just look like, more of the crazy locals, so they're like wearing crappy clothes, that are more rags than not. Maybe look like thuggish sort of types, with lovely broken teeth and hands, and well, especially broken teeth for the guy who got his face stove in. This is apparently a Sigmar temple.
So nothing in their pockets.
Nothing really, no. I mean, maybe some pocket lint.
Great.
And
Okay, would
they
you say
have
that's
Dynamic
about the right
lighting on?
size then?
that's probably about the right size because it's a small shrine. Thank you very
Gotcha.
kindly for that. What is he using on there? I don't want to necessarily burn his real name. Well, Big Sexy. Thank you very kindly. Presuming it actually shows up. Is it showing up for everybody?
Yep, I got it.
I got it.
I'm not
'Cause
seeing
I'm-
it yet.
Yeah, I'm seeing on the Twitch.
It's there now.
Okay,
It's going to take a couple extra minutes to get to the underside.
yeah, that's true. But yeah, so it looks like they actually, when you glance over them, all of their injuries definitely look like crushing weapon injuries.
Mm-hmm. Big and squarish, probably.
Quite possibly, yeah. Warhammers, not historical Warhammers.
Okay, so
Is there
the
anything
clergy that should be
valuable in
operating
here?
are not here.
It's a temple of Sigmar. I'm certain there's going to be stuff that's valuable.
We're not here for that.
Oh,
You
dear.
may not be here for that.
Yeah,
would-
there's totally a gold up there. Where the hell did I? Damn it! I minimized something I shouldn't have. Up there on the thing, there's totally like a gold thing that for candle holders. And he's like, "Ooh,
Okay,
yes,
well,
indeed." He's
we
going
don't
to
wanna
steal
hang around.
something from Sigmar.
we don't want to hang around here for too long, but let's go do a quick scan, see if anybody left a note or anything.
Dang it, where did I put the stupid thing at? Right. So, based off of this map, the door that was probably forced is this one over there. Wow, that is a really
okay.
small arrow. Oh, it's because I don't have any
No grid.
no grid. Okay, that should be easy enough to fix. One thinks. I think that's probably about right.
Maybe a little smaller, but close.
Yeah, ultimately, it's not all that important at the moment. Now I have a Temple of Sigmar or a Shrine of Sigmar map, so blah, I have to use it later. And it'll be like, man, this seems like it's the same as the other ones. They're like, yeah, they use the same one.
Well, it's not like the streets of Seattle in the late 20th or 21st century, where they're all
Yeah.
the same.
Literally. Yep. Yeah, so if Soren is going to snatch that, then he's probably going to need to be, relatively stealthy or something.
Yeah, where's he gonna hide it?
Exactly.
So it's quite big stuff.
Yeah, you can see it's up here on the. Damn it! I forgot the stupid snapshot off. Yeah, the stuff up there on the altar, I guess it would be. That looks like it's probably the most expensive stuff. There's like the candelabra, and there's like a big old cup and some silver plates with stuff on it. And
So
I'm
Soren
certain this
will
one-
look for a sack. There's got to be a sack around here somewhere.
okay, so it looks like Soren is wandering off to look for sacks. Yeah.
A small backpack holds 10 pounds, right?
I don't recall.
It's 20,
This is gonna
40.
be great.
40.
Soren's not going to
Mhm.
make any attempt to hide the fact that he's taking stuff.
Okay, you are aware that this is a world where the gods are real, right?
I'm sure the gods wouldn't want this place looted by whatever's out there.
He says as he's looting this place.
I'm keeping it for protection. I'm saving it for Sigma. I'm totally not saving it for Sigma.
Yeah, we know that. Okay,
Let's
right.
see here.
So if that is our point of entry, then yeah. So we'll do a sweep through here, see if they left any notes or anything.
Nope. Although,
And
what
then
the
we'll
hell is
bugger
Soren
off.
doing? Putting stuff in his backpack.
Where did you get that sack?
He's got a backpack.
Oh dear. Oh wait, no. Well, you don't have to adhere to your honesty.
I think at this point, she's expecting it from Soren. It's just a matter if she turns him in or not.
Well, does she actually know what he's done?
I'm totally telling the truth. I'm taking it so the low lives in town don't loot this place.
What's the
sure.
default for detect lives?
I'm
Detect
sure
lives?
they'll want it back.
Everybody's going to end up having detect lies. It's going to be hysterical, and it's all because of Soren says something, everybody rolls detect lies. It is
No, it sounded
perception
like
-6, body language -4, or psychology -4.
It sounded
on.
like detect lives. I was going to say that's
Oh.
diagnosis.
Come on. Trust me. I'm not some lowly thief. If I was planning to steal this stuff, I wouldn't be so blatantly obvious about it. I'd be sneaking around and make sure that you guys didn't see.
So you are openly taking stuff off the altar.
Yeah.
Jurgen's like, what are you doing?
So
Do
Queen,
I have
Queen
to
will
explain
kinda-
myself?
Yeah,
I don't
Everybody
want
knows
pe-
if you take something out of the church without permission, you're cursed.
I'm sure. Sigma, do I have permission to take it?
I don't think that's how that works.
Queen will try to do like a little throw a voice kind of thing and say, "No, it's not all right for you to take it."
Sigma,
totally
if you
failed.
do not want me
It's
to
totally obvious.
take this stuff for protection or for its safety, then show me a sign. See, no sign. He wants me to take it.
Let's see here. How would that apply?
Oh yeah. That's a universe reaction right there.
Yes. Give me a universe reaction roll in the box, please, or in the skull. Blah. So I know whether to research more onto the what was it called in the Warhammer Fantasy roleplay system, the Wrath of the Gods table. Oh, that's
I don't
sin
think I was
point.
fully aware of that.
Yes, it's basically
If
well,
there is
technically
a
it's-
sign, an obvious sign, then Theron's going to try and talk his way out of it. Say, that wasn't a sign.
No, what's going to happen is we're going to walk out the door, and the first thing he's going to see is Morslib, and it looks like it's grinning at him.
With regards to your question there, Giger, basically it is normally used for blessed characters, people who can
That's what I figured.
such like that. But it also applies to anybody else. It can. But the sin points are if someone goes against the strictures of their deity. You make a note of okay, got this many points, this many points, this many points, and then if they flub prey checks, you roll on the Wrath of the Gods table plus the appropriate amount of sin points, and some of them are really funny. Like in the unlikely event, you get a 151 plus on the D100s because sin points. It is called to account. You are summoned before your god to face final judgment. Unless you have fate points, you never return. If you spend fate points, you return at a point of the GM's choosing and also suffer the effects of I cast you out, where it's like you lose all the benefits of spell casting. And all the cultists of your god automatically know. It'll be great, yeah. Coppertongue's right. Kristoff has a cursed ring. Soren's about to piss off the god of the Empire.
Well,
It'll be awesome.
It'll
if
make
you're
Reynald proud. Reynald will have his back.
to a degree, I'm sure.
Well, that's not a wholly invalid point.
If Jurgen's actually aware that Soren did not put it back, he will tell him to put it back. But at the same time, Jurg cannot see everything at once.
This is going to be great. I'm going to have to run a whole thing about Soren dodging blue bolts from the sky.
He was
Now the Witch
very,
Hunter-
he was very convincing in his bullshit. Succeed by 5. He's totally taking it for, he plans to give it back once this is all over. He doesn't want this place looted.
Right. Well,
By
we'll
bad
see
people.
how that works. See how that works out. All right. So you spend a couple minutes. You're poking around trying to see if there's additional people. There does not seem to be anybody else here other than the 3 bodies.
Moving on.
Soren blatantly loots the altar, although he insists he's doing it for safekeeping. And then you are heading out.
I don't think Soren thought ahead to the fact that we were going over to a Sigmarite healer to heal him.
No, she's Shalian.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm sure you'll all forget about it in time.
And Giger was absolutely 100% right. When Soren gets out there, he really gets the feeling that the moon is looking at him. And its grin is getting bigger. I'm sure it's a coincidence.
But there was no sign when he asked for a sign?
There would be no sign that he would really notice or recognize.
Okay.
There might have been a sign.
Well, I was kind of hoping there was a sign so he could try and talk his way out of it. But anyway.
Hold on, I have to look something up. Yeah, so maybe you'll when you do see the sign, it'll open up your eyes. You proceed on through the streets. Where's my stupid map again? There it is.
I got it.
And you approach the Shalian Mercy House. As you are getting closer to the Mercy House, you will you will note that the weird distortion about the sounds and such like that seems to have sort of faded away as you were getting closer to where you're at. It did mostly encompass the shrine, but it was already starting to fade. It's one of those that you didn't really sort of place until you get to within visual of the Mercy House, and the chatter and noise of the docks on both sides really sort of punches you in the eardrums, which was probably painful, by the way.
Still dark?
It is still dark, yes.
Still confused then.
Yep, there's the Mercy House. There are a couple of people that are outside, sort of mostly waiting. Apparently, based off the picture, there's a really skinny dog outside. Maybe it's always there.
Queen will go feed the dog some jerky. He's always there.
He's always there.
Scritch his ears.
Recognizes her. It's clearly a retired guard dog that somehow just stays there, and everybody's like, "Yeah, we're not going to mess with the dog."
Yeah,
We're
somebody
afraid
fed it
Charlie
once and
will
now
hurt
it won't leave. It might have been
Oh.
Jurg.
It might have been. Wait, if it's you, then you probably fed it alcohol.
That's probably true.
That's why everybody likes the dog, because the dog likes to get drunk alongside them.
Which reminds me, I need some booze.
Just inside the Mercy House, you will see that there are some, at least one person you recognize. You'll see the sister is speaking, and she's clearly doing some, healing, and not necessarily healing, but first aid upon an older man who actually looks like he is garbed as a Sigmarian priest.
Well, that explains that.
And he looks kind of beat up, but old guy. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna let the pretty little girl do the stuff, and it's been a while.
Jurg will inquire as to his post and what happened to it.
And you did say Sigmarian priest, right?
I did.
Soren's gonna not be obvious.
Yeah. So Jorg, you come over there to them. He is sitting there, and he looks over, and he's like, "Oh, guards in this part of it. Well, that's odd. We haven't seen them around a while. I had some very unfortunate incidents. Some local ruffians broke into the temple and attacked me. It was quite strange. But I
Yes.
showed them. That was I showed them the error of their ways. Sigmar gave me strength."
At least we found the bodies of the ones that won't remember that lesson.
Yes, well, it's quite strange.
Yeah, so Jurg will fill him in on the recent events at the barracks.
And both him and the sister look thoroughly confused. They're like, "Really? What? We would have thought we would have heard this. We haven't seen any sign of this."
There's something else going on over there. The sound is weird, and that's my professional opinion.
Well, okay, that's unusual.
I wasn't expecting it to fade as it came out this direction. I wonder if it's centered somewhere. But never minding that, we had a couple of injuries out that way. This one here, and the lieutenant at the barracks was also pretty bad off. We have come seeking a healer.
Well, yes, okay. I think I'm fine there, sister, if you can at least take a look at this young man, and she will, check out Soren, let's see. Did I got that? I wonder, do I have her stats? Because that would be really funny if she could notice something. Like, oh
Mhm.
no, I can't do nothing because Soren's an evil thief.
So
I'm not an evil thief.
as she looks at, if she's going to look over Soren and tend to him, he'll take off his backpack and he'll put his backpack down in such a way that it's not in a noticeable spot to remind people that in it he has shit. So he'll tuck it in sort of under the bed or something, or in a little nook next to him.
I need. Damn it. Sorry.
So this is probably the perfect time for Copper Tongue to dob him in.
Fortunately for you, she is actually outside. She's scoping out the repairs and stuff that she had been working on to make sure they're still good.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
It's perfect time for anybody to go, hey, what's in that? All right. So she's going to evaluate that you are jacked the hell up. So with that in mind, let's see. So that's going to put her there. Let's see. Okay, yeah, actually, she can do both of those, I believe. So she is going to first hit with that. So that is going to be 8 hit points recovered. And do remember they will be presuming that you're going to donate afterwards. Where is that? Healing as a service. I don't remember where I put that. Is that a story or is it a note? That is seeking out a magical healer. Yeah. So basic healing. It is generally presumed that when someone is magically healed, they are going to donate a shilling per hit point healed.
Ooh, you're going to be in for a bit.
8 shillings. That's not that bad. He's got plenty of shillings.
8 shillings. All right. So he's healed at 8. That puts him at positive 4.
She can also, if you wish, because minor healing and major healing can also be used on the same person without taking the penalty. She can also hit you with the minor heal, which will be 3 more.
I am currently at 7. Can she do a second major heal at -3?
Is that at -3? That would give her a 10. Let's see. And she's got doesn't have that. Yeah, she can try that. How much? So you're down how many?
I've got 7 more to be healed.
Okay. So let's
So
see.
she could do a minor heal and then a lesser major heal.
Well, the minor will be fine for the 3. And she can attempt the major, and let's see if that's successful, and that is succel. So,
Fully healed.
Top
yeah,
off.
Oh,
yeah.
so
now
I was
you're
at
gonna be-
-4. So how much was that? So 15 shillings.
Indeed. So she will say she can go with the with you as well, and I got a fact. What was his name again? His name was Father. Where's it at? Where's it at? Father Siggy-Walt? That's interesting. Yep, it is Siggy-Walt. I'll have to spin up a An image for him. No. Okay, so I know he's an old guy. Yeah, so he will offer also, say, yeah, I can, we can both go there, see what this craziness is. Certainly sounds like you need some sort of magical stuff there.
Well, we'll certainly be glad of the help.
Indeed. All right. So she is the sister's going to gather her stuff. She's going to instruct one of the various helpers to remain here. Keep an eye on things while she goes out. And as you guys are heading towards the door, all of you hear what sounds like a thumping, like someone banging on a door or something, but you don't see a door. And this is also causing her to look around with some confusion as well.
Okay, it's not just me.
Well, what's that? Everybody who's inside, give me a perception check, please. I guess observation would work if that's better.
So is this everyone that's not inside?
No, it's everyone that's basically present. Yeah. Holy cow! By 8. Damn, Christoph.
Well,
Yeah, so Christoph is looking around. Definitely, the first thing, he sort of almost immediately zeroes in on over there in this corner of the Mercy House where there's a bunch of stuff that is just basically stored there. It looks like it's like trying to lift up, like someone is underneath it, or there's a door underneath it, or something, like possibly a hidden or
Like a-
concealed trapdoor.
Like a trapdoor.
Yep.
I kind of like, what do you call it? Like tap Soren, like, hey, look at that over there. Looks like a trapdoor.
Yeah. As soon
We
as
should
he
go-
points it out, Soren's
We
like,
should
you're
go
like,
check
"Yep."
it out.
Søren will say, what's under this place? And what's that? More importantly, why is it moving?
It clearly catches the sister by surprise. She's like, I don't know. And the father's like, this used to be an old warehouse. I don't think there was a cellar here.
Søren's going to go stand on it to keep it down.
Okay. Well, it's got like some boxes and stuff already that's sort of like preventing it from opening.
I almost hesitate to say we should probably open that.
No, why are you
Given the
standing
events
on
of
it?
today,
They're maybe there's someone down there. I didn't know there was a cellar here.
it's totally going to be Emphas.
It could be Emphas. That would be funny, wouldn't it?
Why would it be Emphas? More than likely, it's something bad.
Well, if it's something bad, we probably should put it down. So, yeah, let's just secure this area, shall we?
Maybe it'll go away. Actually, no,
Well, it will
Søren's
if we
not.
stab it enough.
Søren's not hurt anymore.
Yeah, and
Like to keep
is
it that way?
Soren curious?
Yeah, Søren will sort of jump off. All right, let's have a look. And then he'll stand behind Yorg as instructed earlier.
Yeah, you don't have to do that anymore.
Hold on, I have to fix something that I realized I screwed up. Didn't screw up. Nah, screw it. I don't care.
All right, stack up.
Right, so you shove the stuff over and you do in fact find a very cleverly disguised trap door. That you realize you probably wouldn't have noticed before if it hadn't whoever it is like banging on it. You pop it open and it is in fact Enfys. He looks terrible. He looks like he's beaten up and maybe possibly infected from some injuries, because he's like very, very sweaty and his eyes are a little too bright, and he's like he starts immediately shouting, it's too late, we gotta stop them, but it's too late. And he's like pointing out the door.
Stop who?
Let's drag him out of this hole real quick.
He
That's probably
does
a good
have an
idea, 'cause he's
unusual
like-
smile on his face.
That's just his regular picture.
Are we sure
I
that it's him?
suppose, damn it, I wish I had thought of that. I would have done another image.
Given
and,
recent events.
yeah. Oh, that's true.
Yeah, we need to ask him some questions that only he would
Unfortunately,
know.
He looks like he is very badly injured and mostly starts to pass out, as everyone will hear outside a really loud tearing noise. I guess that's the best way. You ever torn jeans, and you know how it makes that denim the tear sound? It's like that, but it's like amplified 1,000-fold.
I don't
And
even
then
want to know what that is.
and then there's a very, very bright light coming from the more center of the centerish of the town, almost a purplish light.
I'm guessing that's what we're too late for.
So
And
Queen's outside. What does she see?
you are absolutely going to see the traditional Marvel, DC, whatever sky beam shoot up from someplace in the middle of town. It's very, very purple, and it just like there's this terrible ripping sound as you hear that, and then or see that, and you will also hear this strange echoey laugh, and then something starts coming out of the sky beam.
Is it the beam in the pit part of town or across the
No,
river?
across the river in the main part of town.
Oh, well, that's just
So
great.
on the image, I will point to the buildings for scale.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, we are fading to black, cueing the music, and rolling the credits. If you are watching or listening to this and you have any comments, questions, complaints, or general heckling, feel free to leave a comment here or find us on Discord or at Discord or whatever. Please consider liking and subscribing to our YouTube and Twitch channels, or don't. I am not your dad. Anyway, thank you for watching. Olympus out.
Yeah.
Bye.
We're screwed.